Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Feels so good, doesn't it? It's been so long. Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? I think I'll say it. We missed you, baby.
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen,
And ladies again.
ladies again,
And ladies
and
one more
last,
time.
but certainly not least, non-binary royalty. Welcome back. We missed you, as the bandit proclaimed seconds ago.
Hopefully your you know what I'm saying, your alpaca line slippers are feeling comfortable. Hopefully the satin robe is feeling nice against your skin, and hopefully whatever your drink of choice is helping you mellow out on this Wednesday morning.
I like the alpaca callback.
Oh, there's always gonna be
Uh,
alpaca will be here until the day we die.
I guess we still need what would an alpaca sponsorship entail? Would that be like alpaca fur, or alpaca coats? Can you even make coats out of them? Is that legal?
I'm not sure, but you know that seems like it involves a lot of a lot of details that we're not willing to discuss right now.
Nah, that takes some research, and right now our research department is basically us. So
Yeah, pretty much.
we got other irons in the fire.
All day.
Speaking of which, welcome back to the fire. That is the Triple P, the Perfect Plex podcast. As I will say one more time, we missed y'all. To offer some level of explanation up, dudes have basically been working. Our
Pretty much.
schedules do not line up or have not synced up in a way that we were able to record as regularly as we were. I apologize for that, personally.
I mean, there's no need to apologize,
But I gotta get that bread, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's yeah, all right, yeah. I will apologize too because y'all have gotten used to I've gotten used to the sexy voices, and it's been a while, but you know, as y'all know, we've just recently kind of sort of almost come out of what was known as the pandemic.
The end of the world.
Well, I mean, the end of the world was before the pandemic, but either way, you know, life is life, baby. So, it's, like I've said on previous casts, we here, we there, we everywhere, and for these last few months, I believe our last cast was
December.
Yeah. It wasn't even 2022.
Happy New Year.
By
the way.
With that said.
What?
Happy
5
New
months
Year.
later.
No, Happy New Year. You know, Happy Valentine's.
Happy Chinese New Year.
You know what I'm saying? Happy St. Patty's. You know what I mean? Happy Easter. Merry 420.
Oh yeah, most important.
All that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Happy Mother's Day to all those. You know what I'm saying? It would have nice to do a cast on Mother's Day, but you know, there was a lot of things going on. But you know, if and when we do take these breaks, folks, just understand that we will come back with some real hard edge, hard hitting, compelling shit that I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? And
I was almost tempted to make a short with my actual face on it, just to tell you guys that we hadn't forgotten about you, and we spread the gospel at every bar we go to join the army, so you have new friends to join you in this weird little journey that we're on. But I figured that the face reveal maybe should wait for maybe like 100 followers or something, some real milestone. Also, I couldn't figure out how to do I guess this is that boomer shit on me. Like, I couldn't figure out how to do the quick updates that channels do, where they just show a picture and send a message for people to react to. At least I couldn't figure it out on my phone. YouTube Studio's a little funny sometimes, but
YouTube in general was funny because
that's all the time.
YouTube is becoming the #1 player hater. Player hater. But we're trying to work the system. We're trying to finesse the algorithm. We may have to take the algorithm out on a date and give it a few drugs. That way we can finesse and address it real quick to give y'all some more hard hitting shit. But these days we are you know what? Like I said, we're just trying to truthfully be able to live what we telling y'all. You know what I mean? Like, the Liquid One ain't a rapper. I make beats, but I'm not a rapper. But at the same time, we trying to give y'all some real life stories. You know what I'm saying?
Some real lore. What you come here for? That's basically what you come here for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you come here for the sports shit, thank you. Like, but I'm not a real sports.
I mean,
I'm not a real sports journalist. Like, I'm just some nigga.
There's a lot of
wait, we're
individuals.
under 10 minutes. I said nigga too early. I'm sorry. Oh, it's over. We demonetized, even though we don't have 1,000 followers.
All right. Well, I guess at this point we'll just keep the nigga count going. And
The nigga meter, the niggometer.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, either way, son. Either way. The fans are here for what they're here for. You know what I'm saying? Our niche or niche. They're here for whatever new deal we appeal to. You know what I'm saying?
Or I guess the old deal. A big part of the reason we did this episode, because besides to shake the cobwebs off and see if niggas still got the mid-range jumper or whatever, is it's technically the channel's birthday. The reason I say technically is because March is the channel's birthday, but we started doing
March 2020.
Yeah, March 2020. But we started doing this like 2.5 summers ago.
Yeah, roughly June 2019.
In the lost episodes that we so often reference, I would love to say stay tuned to those, but they're lost. Like, I can't. I've tried so hard to find them.
The only one we have is
I've combed through Dropbox. I've combed through all places I could have possibly saved them. And
speaking of which, if you're good at that and you're listening to this, we have a lot of Odyssey files somewhere. If we can ever find them shits.
It's possible that our former editor has them, but
I don't know how, but maybe.
Well, he had access.
He had access
briefly,
but he wasn't. Because I believe the main source was Your Lap's Easy.
Mostly,
but that's what
we all had like permission, so he might have something. But all
right, so stay tuned for the lost tapes.
So we'll see. But
there's always some lost tapes.
The point is happy birthday to us. We did this to really, I mostly get the demons out, man, because this is a nice little release
it's therapy.
outlet. That's what I'm looking for. It's a good outlet.
Release therapy, you know what I'm saying. I guess Ludacris is running the session.
Yep. So happy birthday to us. We're 2 years old, roughly.
And within that, you know what I'm saying.
Time flies, man.
Even though it's May, happy birthday to me, even though my birthday was in March.
Word, happy birthday to the Bandit, who shares a birthday month with the channel.
And also share birthday with brother Method Man.
Indeed. Shout out to him.
I'm saying Method Man for short, Mr. Meth. Of course, moving on your left. And again, sports shit. March 2nd is also the day that Wilt Chamberlain dropped the 100.
Yep. Well, there's a classic, often asked question. Do you think now, especially with the high octane offense of some of these players, do you think someone's gonna top that?
No.
Why or why not?
The hood answer is niggas ain't got it. I believe that's the third one. But realistically, if I had to really articulate it, they won't ever get the chance to do that. Because, outside of it being like, shit, I'll be generous and say like a double overtime game. Like, most of these players are, first of all, too inefficient to do that. Because even if you hit, all right, if you hit 23s, that gives you what, 60 points?
Yeah.
But if you hit 23s, that means you probably took about what, 50?
Generously.
And I don't know who the fuck. All right. I remember Westbrook took like 43 shots in whatever that closeout game against Utah in, I think, 2018. But come on, man. Like, first of all, nobody should ever take any more than, let's say, 35 shots.
35 to 38 shots. They
Even
better
that,
be on fire to be like taking that
No,
many.
yo, if you cooking, you don't have to take 35 shots. I forgot how many shots LeBron took when he dropped that 61 right after Carmelo dropped 62, but Bron's 61 was mad efficient. Now again, that's his game because ironically LeBron isn't a shooter. And of course, unfortunately, the shooters, we all have that, that thought process of every shot is going to hit. But at the same time, I don't know, like, because your man Giannis he was the first dude to ever have, 200 points, 100 rebounds, and, 50 assists in a fucking series? In the whole history of the NBA, son.
One guy. Who is still not, like, he's still trying to figure his game out.
But here's the fucked up thing about that, son. He did all that and they lost. Now again, Chris Middleton not being there had a lot to do with it.
That was huge. Their bench being racked by injury as well.
Not even. They wasn't even racked by injury. They bench just didn't show up.
But it's just, they've been racked by injury all year. Like, I feel like they were a little rusty. They had been coasting on the fact that the first 7 players of the Bucks get busy. And when it came down to doing 1 through 10, like, they didn't have it.
But that's
and especially when you're sorry. I don't want to shit on Chris Middleton fans or whatever, because I've sung his praises in the past, but he's the 3rd best player on the team behind Drew. So, and y'all could kill me over that.
No. There's no reason to, because
that's how I feel.
If they don't get Drew, they don't win that chip.
They don't
at all, son. And again, Drew showed up. I mean, you don't want Drew to be your second scorer. If he is, so be it. But you want him to be you want him to play that D, play that true point guard role, and then get you those those cool point guard buckets that a real point guard is supposed to get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And freeze the other guards out.
This may be a little early. We don't have to discuss it right now. But speaking of point guards, your man Rondo is definitely going through some shit right now.
There's a shame.
I mean, not to get too much into it, and I believe the story just came out today or yesterday as we were doing this cast. It was a domestic situation.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think he said, well, not he said, but his I don't think it's his wife, but baby mom said, boy pulled the strap out on us, son.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, and again, this is not to really judge a motherfucker's character, but we've seen Rondo enough to, it's like, alright, this isn't that surprising.
Yeah, but also another thing they often say about him is how smart he is. So, again, this is without knowing what the situation was or anything like that.
That's cool, but there's a lot of smart, dumb niggas out there, son.
That's right.
That's the 4th one, but it's alright. I don't know what the nigga count is.
That's cool. We're already past 10 minutes.
All right, so we can't throw out more than 3 niggas within 10 minutes.
I don't know, man. Like you said, this shit is. I feel like at this point it's on that South Park shit. The manatees, it's just choosing balls.
And honestly, right now I don't think the algorithm is looking for niggas right now.
Nah,
it's looking for other things.
Well, at least not from a channel as small as ours, anyway. It's not gonna register in this. Then again, we got flagged. To this day, I still don't know why we got flagged, but we got flagged.
But within that said, folks, make sure to hit those likes. Make sure to hit that.
Exactly, make us more visible.
You know what I'm saying? So that way that algorithm can really get mad.
I can now. Here's an achievement that I'll share with y'all. when we first started, like obviously we were super small, even smaller than we are now, even though we're small now. But I couldn't search myself. Like even if I was logged in
it took
under
a while.
the channels,
It took a while.
Even under the channel's account on YouTube, like I couldn't search this at all. If I searched Perfectplex anything, I would see other, stories about Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, just a lot of wrestling.
The scientific, method behind doing a Perfectplex, which is a cool video, by the way.
Yes, it is.
But we wouldn't even register, and now we do, which is nice. So thank you for that. I'm gonna give y'all the credit because y'all liked and y'all watched and
y'all keeping us afloat.
Yeah, you give a shit. I'll say this all the time. This is another capture. If you listen to me for more than 3 to 5 minutes, I'm happy. Thank you. I think that's what the average watch time is. I could be wrong about that. I haven't checked it recently.
I'm not 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 5. Most people listen to the first bit of us and then they just kind of drop off.
No, honestly, I would say for our
which
better
again,
episodes,
no worries. Like, thank
No.
you for any time you give
for
to
our
us.
better episodes, it's good 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, they listen to more of it. That's why I often,
And again, thank you for that.
I guess since it's like the clip show, birthday show of sorts, I often bring up, people ask us what episode to listen to in our videos, and I often say Sailor Moon and Brugal at the End of the World, because it's a non-sport video that people can just listen to.
Yes.
And it is, I feel, our most relatable. Feel free to disagree or agree or whatever down below, but
and I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that's our only true guest episode.
yeah, because Scrams you could count as a regular contributor.
And again,
Scram is an unofficial host.
As
if you
I
really
probably
want to
said,
say that,
as I said on previous episodes, that nigga don't count.
yeah, no, he
ain't a guest.
He's a correspondent at this point.
Yeah. He's the hood correspondent.
Exactly. His fingers are really on the pulse there.
Oh yeah. I'm saying he's our Stephen A. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If I was making videos, this is where I would put that. What? Thing there. What?
Excuse me?
So yeah, our only real true guest in Rena. Shout out to her. I always recommend that episode, and it's because I feel like it's the one where we had a real conversation about something that wasn't dorky. Sports are dorky, wrestling is dorky. More me rambling about Mortal Kombat for 45 minutes or whatever that was is dorky, But I feel like there was something special about that episode. Also, niggas is drunk. I think that's nigga number 5 or 6. But
shout out to Brugal.
It was fun. So I look forward. That's why I do it, for experiences like that, because often when we ask people onto the show or say, hey, we want you on the show, they always say, oh, we don't know how to talk about.
Yeah, they get scared because, well, first of all, they probably feel like they're going to be on video, and we haven't graduated to that. Not yet, at least. But, again, I guess, people could talk a lot of shit, but, when you put a microphone in front of them, they seem to tense up.
Yeah, I understand. They feel like, excuse me, I feel like they have to be, they feel the pressure to be entertaining. Oh my God, what do I say?
Yeah,
I gotta be interesting. I gotta look cool. I gotta be smart. Things like that, and without realizing, bro, you're sitting in my bedroom. We're just having a conversation.
Again,
we
all
always
we're
do.
gonna talk about is just the regular shit you talk about every fucking day.
Yeah, I'm just recording it. It's the only, we're recording it. It's the only real difference.
We usually, not even usually, we let the guests choose. I guess the main overall topic. Then I guess we'll go into the subtopics and whatnot. But for the most part, we'll generally let the guests dictate what we, what I'm saying, more or less we'll talk about. That way, the comfortability is there, you know what I'm saying? The swag is there. And again, this is the podcast, so the shit talk is there.
Yeah, and they finally get to be them. Moreover, which
And,
is what I want.
That's why we usually get some real hard hitting compelling
I got plenty of footage of me being me on this thing by this point.
Oh yes.
Plenty of hours. So again, thank you for listening. Man, where do we begin? There's so much missed. I believe you were going to regale us with some tales, some more secure tales, which we will do more of. I guess the well has not run dry, given the place.
That well will never run dry.
I guess not.
That is a
I thought it would be harder and harder because, just like I said about the pressure of our guests wanting our guests expecting to be entertaining. When we tell those stories, I'm trying to be entertaining. I don't want to just be like, well, I threw another guy at the theater today, and that was okay, I guess. He cursed at me. And that was the end. I wanted to.
That's the whole thing about it, because if we were going to present shit like that, then we would have never, started the Secured Tales. Because we could easily give those stories that most guards will give, but we giving it through our lens, our filter, which is a very tasty, insightful, meaningful filter,
Also, man, again, I use this channel as an outlet. We both do, and
real, therapy.
And this security shit, I really try not to bring home with me, because in prior posts, I would do that, and I would really chew over the things that people said to me, and the fights I almost got into, and all these things. And I realized that, one, as I mentioned in a prior episode, I worked with dudes who had strokes. That I worked with, I was like, I don't want that to be me, from all the stress and stuff.
I threw a party last Sunday where Shorty almost, let's just say she had some breathing problems. But,
and having dealt with those myself, that shit is scary. And I realized that, again, the key to a lot of this, that a lot of things that fuck us up, and I don't want to sound agey or anything like that, is that stress. You hold on to that negative bullshit, and I say this as someone who heavily manifested salt for himself in his life, in his relationships, everywhere. I was a demon.
Folks.
So
let's just say the cast. Well, the content for the cast has been here for at least a decade.
Yeah,
we just started recording a couple of years
exactly.
ago.
It's just a well that can be drawn from. And again, I don't want to come across as this vinegar monster or whatever, but it was bad, and so after a while, through therapy, self-reflection, all the things you're supposed to do, working out, trying to eat better, actually trying to live my life as opposed to being a slave all the time,
and not fucking with the whackness.
Oh man, and that's the hardest one of all to dodge.
Not really.
Things are easier now.
Well, you know what I'm saying, ever since I came around, but we may have to do that cast one day.
And others, the origin story. And I appreciate all that. I appreciate all that work. It wasn't easy. I appreciate all of you go out and do that work.
Self improvement is not easy, nor will it ever be, nor should it be, because for somebody to have to constantly look at the negative side of themselves, that shit isn't easy, man.
And to tear yourself down.
Look, for what it's worth,
all that shit.
For what it's worth, I can understand why a lot of people lack self-awareness these days, but god damn, man, I can understand the younger crowd, but like people my age, our age, older people, for them to have and it's always been that way. I don't want to point to celebrities, but you know what I'm saying, we're just seeing it more and more, and it's god fucking damn.
People have always wanted to be cool. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
We were both bullied. You know what I'm saying? We both had to.
People don't want to be cool. They just want to be accepted.
But people see that as coolness. People see if a bunch of people look at me favorably, then
you want to be socially accepted until you realize that that's a bunch of bullshit.
Validation is very flimsy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying there's a lot of people who see clout. Validation became clout. So.
I mean, they hold hands. Because people thirst for it in the same way.
And I mean, what's the true difference?
None. I mean, again, one is a version of the other. I would argue. Cloud has been around forever. It's just that now it's more easily disseminated through technology and the internet.
True. All right, and just to really.
So that's why when you express surprise at people in our age group, older, etc., being like, "Damn, you like this?" Yeah, people are always like this.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go away. It just got worse. It got worse in a lot of ways.
Now listen, we all look for validation.
Because now you can create this character, you know what I'm saying, like this persona.
So, to answer my own question, like clout is the worst version of that shit because validation could just be like something you're looking from, like you're trying to get from your mother or your father. You know what I'm saying? Like we all need validation. We don't need clout.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get too religious, but religion is like a social aspect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Belief system and faith are two different things, you know what I'm saying? Away from religion. Because you can have faith, you can have your belief system without being religious, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you know what I mean? You got to keep shit separated, you know what I'm saying? Cloud is just something that social media created, man.
Well, it's another religion. Because at
so
the
is
end
money.
of the day, it's always about being worshipped, right? Or getting that power, getting that attention, getting that, that void filled, whatever that means.
That false worship, yeah.
And
again, that since the dawn of man or mankind or womankind or us kind, it's always been that because we all have been put on this fucking this reality. We've like somebody has the reality stone and we all are here based upon that, and we all are just trying to figure it out. That's why you have so many and no one mind is the same, but at the same time the masses are the same. So it's like, it's whatever, man. Let's get back to sports.
Let's come back to Earth. The smaller picture. Let's look at some trees.
I'm not trying to get too deep on the run back.
Well, before sports, again, you referenced the tale. Do you want to tell the tale later and just talk about sports bullshit now?
No, we can.
We're a half hour deep. We're at the clip. We're at a good clip right now.
No, we can blend into that. No, I was just explaining to the brother man this past weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, not to cut you off. Again, happy birthday to us. The conference finals are technically our anniversary, and this is why I say it's our birthday, because our first video was 2 years ago.
Which is beautiful. When we
reposted that 2019 Eastern Conference.
Oh yes.
Our first coverage of that.
Raptors against the Bucks.
Exactly. The miracle shot. But
oh yes.
And we talked about all those things. I
think I was in Miami when that shot happened.
But
yeah, actually I was.
So I just wanted to be like, I don't know, I miss doing this. This is important to me, even though I guess our lack of updating doesn't really demonstrate that. But I needed a vacation. Also, I needed to get these ducats.
And you know what? Listen, there's a lot of channels that I still follow that they have a lot of old shit that's from like a year ago, 2 years ago. You know, people can say whatever they want about us, but we are still at least consistent.
And, we care. A couple of people, I didn't take offense to it necessarily, but I felt something when a couple friends of ours was like, "Oh, y'all still doing that channel? I thought it was dead." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's not dead. Don't call our channel dead."
Nah.
I got tight.
Those are the ones that don't listen. They don't listen.
It's true, actually. Those are the ones that don't listen. And I call them out for it. I tease them for it. Because they're like, "Oh, I want to be on your show." It's like, "Oh, you thought our channel was dead, though. Now you want to be on the show, son?"
You know what I'm saying?
Go listen to some episodes, son.
That's that flammery.
It's that bullshit. So let's get back to your tale. This is going to be a secure tale here that we will do because this is all fresh in the mind and stuff. And it kind of links to our last episode, which was, I guess, Secure Tales 3. I guess I got to do a playlist about Secure Tales now.
I mean, we are coming up with different segments.
Make sure things are organized,
Hey, all day. I mean, what can I say? It was a hockey night, so
appropriate.
I mean, for those of you that know, well, actually, even if you don't know what that means, you still know what the fuck that means. Game 7, which happened a couple of days ago, I believe Sunday night. Rangers and Penguins. A damn good series, you know what I'm saying? Penguins went up 3-1. Rangers came back, closed them out in Game 7, even though it took them sudden death. Now, the true hockey fans will throw out the fact that it shouldn't even came to that because there was some bullshit goal called for the Penguins. I'm not that well versed in the hockey to really get into that, but it was some bullshit. Shout out to the Rangers, baby.
We need a hockey correspondent.
Well, I'm slowly becoming that. But if I ever bag up a hockey joint, she'll be on the show. Once again, ladies. You know
We're accepting applications, please.
You know what I'm saying?
If you fine, you love hockey. I mean, you don't have to be fine. If you love hockey and you are a woman, feel free. You will be at the top of the list. Now, if you're a male and you love hockey, we will accept you as well. If you're non-binary and you love hockey, we of course accept y'all as well.
Point is, just don't be whack.
Yeah, please come with the expertise and the pizzazz. Oh, I used that word. That's very Long Island. We were talking about Long Island earlier, so I think that's inside me now.
I mean, it's a lot of that going on right now.
I guess shout out to Strong.
No, we were talking. We were reciting a lot of Billy Joel earlier, so that's where the Long Island.
Is that gonna be the title of the episode?
No, because then we
Billy
definitely
Joel
get
reference?
flagged in.
For ack? Really? I doubt it. No way.
We might. But I mean, I
If
wouldn't
I
even know
did,
how to
you
spell
oughta-
that, number one.
Well, it would just be you ought to know by now at the end of the world, maybe.
No, if you throw that out there, then we definitely get flagged.
Maybe.
All right, so we're still trying to figure out the title of this.
We'll workshop that. I mean, as usual, right? Like, it'll be something else by the end of the episode.
Right now, the way shit is going, I'm feeling like it should just be the second coming, but whatever.
Our glorious return again.
Yeah, the second glorious return.
The second glorious return.
Point is, whenever we come back, shit is gonna be glorious. I wish I could throw that on right now, but we would definitely get flagged.
No, we're cooked then.
Oh no,
sure.
oh no. But either way,
The E don't play that, especially them Jim Johnston themes. No sirs.
Shout out to the big homie.
Oh no, it's not Jim Johnston. CFO. That's CF.
Yeah, because I was
CFO
NXT,
Dollar or whatever.
Yeah, CFO before they got whatever.
Yeah, CFO
See,
Dollar. Shout out to them
probably
too.
Get flagged for that.
Y'all made some fire beats, yo. Shout out to y'all.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, shout out to all y'all NXT beats.
Exactly.
Either way, long story short, it was Game 7 at the Garden. So you already know the atmosphere. The spot was rocking when I showed up. That was the individuals going to the game. Spot was rocking midway through. That was people coming through to watch the game that couldn't go to the Garden. Once they cleared out, everybody that was from the Garden, they came back because motherfuckers won. And again, it's a Sunday night, so whatever. You know, the Rangers, you know, they historically, they have done a little bit better than the Knicks, but, you know, they're another team, much like most New York teams, outside of the Yankees. They'll get you hyped for no reason.
Also, I feel like hockey motherfuckers, and, you know, any of you hockey motherfuckers are listening, I say that with love. Like, hockey motherfuckers are loyal, man. Like, again, as I mentioned in previous episodes, the depth of my hockey knowledge is like 1994 Rangers, basically. And, you know, super famous dudes like Sidney Crosby or Evander Kane because they're in the news or whatever. And
Yes.
You know, I happen to see those names, but that is the extent of my knowledge. I don't, you know, I know terms like two-man advantage and you know, stuff like that, but I don't.
No, I can honestly say
I can't grasp the context of all that.
I followed the Rangers ever since 9-4, but not like extensively.
But I feel like because of that, and to a lesser extent, the Islanders, they were able to just kind of like develop and get better and get better and better. Drafting the Stahl brothers and shit like that, or was it only one Stahl? I forget if they had them both, but
they might have them both now. But they drafted one of them.
They drafted one. The point is that they just kind of, you know, did what a team is supposed to do: toil away, get better.
I mean, they had their own little scandal too. I mean, there's a 30-30 about that too.
Sure, but the point is that, you know, the dynasties didn't feel threatened.
No.
You know, you could say the same about the Sharks and the Hurricanes and teams like that, who just kind of or the fucking
it's a couple teams. I mean, you're talking about just the Blackhawks,
the Blue
the
Shirts,
recently, I think that
Maple Leafs. You know,
Leafs they're a little flimsy. From what
no
I
pun intended.
Yeah. For like the last few years, I know that like the Lightning has been one of the better teams. The Blues, they came back. And hockey is another funny sport. It's like, yo, one team could go from being like shitty to just
momentum is huge.
it's
there,
funny
like,
about them. But either way,
you there?
Rangers, they probably should have lost that series. It is what it is. Shit is alright. You know what I mean, everybody comes back. They're they feeling the wave. Everybody was saying that they was gonna call out of work if the Rangers won on Monday. So clearly they was out to hang. I'm at my spot next door. You know what I'm saying, one of the security guards I'm cool with. He at his spot. There's a bigger crowd in front of his spot because it's more of an Irish spot. Shout out to my Irishmen and my Irish ladies. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ladies. I believe two Penguin fans came to my spot. They went in there, did what they did. They left out and they were trying to walk through this crowd of Rangers fans. Now, I have to pause right there because I'm like, all right. It's one thing if the Rangers would have lost and shit would have popped. Alright, you feeling a little steamy, whatever. But you don't pop shit with a motherfucker and you won, son. You've already won.
Yeah, that's sour grapes, like.
Now again,
especially in a Ranger bar, man.
All day. I don't know if that's the exact story. All I know is I'm talking to one of the female servers I work with, and much like the last story I gave y'all, it started the same fucking way. Yo, I think they fighting. And like as soon as I look up, I see the crowd forming around my mans. I see my boy. He hops in the middle of the shit. So I'm like, okay. So I gotta push motherfuckers around, move. I see my boy on top of one motherfucker, like trying to, Then I see his boy on top of him. So of course I'm trying to get him off of him. Then dude ain't want to get off. So that's when the rest of the moves had to come out. Now, I've been doing this for a little while, so I know what moves to use to get a motherfucker off somebody and what moves to kill somebody. I won't ever use the moves to kill somebody, but
unless you need to.
This wasn't one of those cases. One thing leads to another. I throw dude into a nice little half Nelson. And it was a half Nelson with the left hand, which is my weak hand, so again, that's how you know I wasn't trying to wig out. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to do something to get him off.
You're just trying to end end it, like we are trained to do. By the way, folks.
All day.
We're
professionals.
A question I often get to interject real quick, especially lately, is, can you guys defend yourselves? Can you guys fight? Are you able to fight?
Yeah.
Are you armed? Stuff like that. No, we are not. Will we defend ourselves? Absolutely, because legally under the law, if we are attacked, we are allowed to defend ourselves, depending on the level of force used and used against us.
The term is necessary force.
Also fighting words. If someone threatens me, then I have a reason to feel like I am in danger.
Yeah.
So, and granted, I'm not a police officer. I'm not a lawyer. So whatever lawyers in the comments are going to be like, blah, 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 blah. Look, I know enough.
No.
Know under what circumstances I can put.
Once again, there's a skill, the term is called necessary force.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't, even if a nigga push me, I can't throw him down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't hit him with the shore you can. Out the gate,
if somebody pushes you once, no, you can't do that. If they keep trying to push you and doing shit, then
they are the antagonist. They are antagonizing you.
So again, in this situation,
they are the aggressor. That's the legal knowledge, right? The aggressor.
All day. In this situation, I wasn't trying to use excessive force, okay? Because I didn't need to. What I was trying to do was help my partner and try to de-escalate the shit. Now, like I said, I throw dude in the half Nelson. He was clearly scared because, I mean, you know, the shit just came out very easily because I tried to pull him off him twice, just using like just some regular, you know, yo, get off him. Then I threw his ass in the half Nelson, and then he got scared. Because he came up off him very quickly, like, oh shit. You know, because, the listeners can't see, but, you know, I hit him with a real liquid snake move and just do. He came up off him, and then we on the ground, and next thing you know, he's like, yo, I'm good.
It's over, I'm good.
Nah, because he saw shit getting real crazy real soon because I had him on the ground in the half Nelson. I think I may have created a new submission move now that I think about it. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I had him in like a little half, like Nelson, kind of like half crossface chicken wing thing. And he saw his boy on the ground being choked out with a fucking guillotine. So shit was going downhill very quickly for them. That's why he's like, yo, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm like, yo, you sure? He's like,
sure?
I'm good. He's like, yo, your boy speared me. All right.
Okay.
So he gets up, he helps me up. That's how you know shit was real.
It was over, you know.
Then this other boy tried to, you know, jump into the shit, so I had to shove him off my man. And I see my man still got their boy in the guillotine. Dude's face is redder than the fucking Sue Woo flag. And I'm like, yo, get off him. So dude gets up, boy, his whole fucking, his whole eyebrow is split. Shit is leaking down his face, but he's still trying to fight. My boy's like, yo, take a breath real quick, son. Just breathe. And his man's like, yo. Point is, if he would have ran, or if he would have taken like one more step, he would have got 3D'd on some concrete. But luckily, you know, cooler heads prevailed. Two of my female managers came out yelling my name like it was middle school and I'm the one that started. Whatever. But I guess fun times on 33rd Street.
Careful, don't dox yourself.
Well, I mean, I've already docked myself on a couple episodes, but
I mean, not hard. I mean, I listen to these, like we both do. Like
I know how to.
I make sure. I try to be anyway. You know, it's hard sometimes, but I try to be clean.
I said 33rd. I didn't give the cross streets.
Word up. Not gonna have fans looking for you. So yeah. I guess I'll add a bit of a security tale of my own. I've been getting a lot of confrontations of late. The place I work at is a venue, so I have to essentially babysit this back and forth COVID mandate. Doesn't make things easier. They want to check vax, they don't want to check vax. I am far from any kind of anti-mask dude. In fact, I'm happy to give people their masks and make sure we're all safe. Spikes are still evident in the population, and it seems like the powers that be don't really care. They just want to get back to business as usual. And with that, there is a bit of an attitude more and more with folks, and they don't want to wear masks. And I get it, man. Like, I too do not want. I gotta wear masks my whole shift. I gotta wear a mask for the better part of 6 to 10 hours. Like, I understand that it sucks. I understand that people have medical conditions. I understand that all of us are not into it for various reasons. But as is the theme in all these tales, we're just trying to do our jobs. And it seems like I've just more and more gotten an influx of folks lately who are willing to fight over this shit. It seems like something to ridicule. It seems like and I don't want to make this in any way political, because it's not about that. It's about just dealing with people who want to confront us over this shit. And me just trying to make it happen and just trying to avoid confrontation and stuff like that. And so I guess I could do one from tonight. Shit, let's do tonight. This happened hours ago. Which is why I guess we'll never really run out of security tale content, because man, people try it every night, somebody, and I wish it weren't so. To all you guys who are patrons of shows and venues and bars and whatever public things you guys go to, like, please understand that we are. This is a reminder because I know I said this in the other ones. We are not there to police you. Like, yes, we have to uphold the rules of the establishment, whatever it is. We have to tell you stuff that we don't even want to talk to you about. But I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy yourselves. I want you to chill out. Like, we're still in the midst of an apocalypse. It's not over. People think the end of the world is over. It's not over. I want you to get it in while you can get it in. I don't want to say y'all, like all y'all do it, but you guys make my job difficult, our jobs difficult. And I just want you to I want to get you through the experience. That's all I want. I want you to, if I never talk to you, that means you had a great time. It means that you behaved. It means that I was able to do my job. I was able to watch over you for safety instead of bullshit me coming to you in the middle of the show saying, can you pull your mask above your nose, sir? Can you, not like do this or that? Like, I don't.
Security guards don't want to have to do their job.
None of us want to do that.
If we can have a boring night, then we're good.
The only people who want to do that are people who are thinking that being a super cop, and trust me, I was this. Being a super cop will, and I didn't do this for promotion. I did this because I really. Niggas don't give a shit about public safety in this world.
No.
They claim to. I've worked with directors of public safety. I've worked with cops. And I'm not saying all cops are directors or any of the people like this, but enough are that they just want the look. I guess that's the theme of this episode: looking cool, like looking competent. And I guess that's enough in this society. I understand that, but
no, they want the look and just the false authority.
Nah, I don't need any of that. I want to keep y'all safe. That's why I'm here. Like, that's what it comes down to. Otherwise, I should get out of this line of work.
They're interested in. I mean, you can compare that to whatever, athletes, rappers, whatever, or musicians, whatever. They're into the lore of what that particular occupation presents,
and the show and the venue,
which is fine, but like,
we work with famous people a lot, like that blinds people, to common decency and acting like decent human beings, and I understand that.
If you're not there for the job,
I just want to make it through. I want to get you guys through the show relatively safe. I gotta worry about people bringing weapons into the venue, guys, like, and using them on the rest of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what I really gotta worry. I gotta worry about people who are too drunk and want to start fights with other people because they came to the show to fight for some reason. I gotta worry about
crazy ass
people getting sick.
Those
what I'm saying?
Oh,
people are too drunk. People getting sick in the middle of the show. I gotta worry about. I've seen people pass out in the middle of the show, and I gotta figure out: do I gotta do CPR right now on this person who's unconscious?
And those are just the guests or the patrons.
Yeah, that's just the guests. Like that doesn't.
You still got to worry about the crazies that are mobbing through the streets of Manhattan.
Crazies. I got to worry about the
motherfuckers swinging motherfuckers throwing glass bottles, swinging lead pipes at you.
Yeah, talking to themselves.
You know what I'm saying? Attacking people right in front of your spot.
Yeah, that you then have to intercede on their behalf for, because
or better yet, you may have to choke their ass out.
Who else is gonna do it? Like, I hope that a cop is on the street at any given time to help me out.
And by the time the cops show up, then the damage has already been done.
Exactly. I already risked my life. I already risked blunt force trauma to fucking put an end to a situation. I hate, in Casino is one of our favorite movies, and I don't want to quote Nicky, but motherfuckers think it's a free lunch out here, man. It's true, especially after being home for 2 years, and I get that. Like, it made people crazier than they already were. And
but I'm saying, like, you stayed at home for all that time for you only to come out and act worse than you were acting before this shit happened?
Yeah, it scared people, and I don't want to let them off the hook for this. But it scared people to be like, all right, well, now I'm going to, as soon as I get out, it's YOLO. Like, I'm just going to do whatever. And fuck anybody who tells me anything.
Honestly, and if we're talking just fear, like, if you're talking about fear, then, like, that shit has backfired because fear is supposed to work in the other way.
Yeah, as a motivator to improve. But
no, when, like this time last year, bro, I forgot if you were working, but just where I was, son, people were very appreciative about being out, son.
Yeah.
But look, by the time we started working together at,
And I was working, because that was when I was working on the lot for the shows.
Oh yeah. The job you got that I put you on to that I didn't get.
That was a disaster.
But I'm glad I ain't
That's a future security tale. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I was working then, and you're right. Like, people were just even glad to be outside. Like,
the vibe.
I had to
was
chase
incredible.
people off the studio lot because I want to take a picture in front of it. Like, I want to live my life. And I was like, guys, I get that, but no. Like, also no.
Nah, bro, this shit is...
Please no. Please don't pull your titties out. Like, out here. Like, please don't. Please don't.
That's a little too cold for that, baby.
Don't do any of that stuff that you want to do.
Yeah, just wait a little longer.
So going to tonight, this.
Wait, let me switch the beat up.
Oh, look at that! I get it. I get a tempo change. I feel important.
It's only natural.
Also, if you're still listening to us, thank you once again. It's a happy birthday for us. An hour deep.
And
If you had to guess, how many hours do you think we recorded for the channel? I don't have the answer, guys. I'm just spitballing here. Knowing
you asked me or them.
No, you. They could just go and check if they really wanted to, and do some math. But
you talking what, hours on YouTube or all together?
Yeah, on YouTube, because the lost episodes were something else altogether. But
we're, what are we, 20-some episodes deep?
Yeah.
We probably somewhere between like 60-something, 70 hours maybe.
That seems right.
Actually, no, I would say probably like 50 or 60.
Yeah, 50 or 60.
Yeah, somewhere
right.
around there.
We'll see. I guess it'll be like a jelly bean. How many jelly beans are in this jar?
But yeah, as you were saying.
So tonight, I mostly want to tell this story, not only because of this mask thing, and the politics surrounding it, and the thought and actions of people taken around it, but also because of
fuckery.
How, similar to the Bandit story, how fast things happen in this job. It goes from zero to niggas are fighting. I think they fighting like real fast.
It can be, but more times than not, you can usually. There's some sort of vibe that will lend itself to you being like, all right, shit may pop.
That's a fantastic segue. So, I work for shows. I work for shows on Broadway. Not to, I guess, really reveal too much for me, but I'm security at these shows, along with many other individuals. And at my particular spot, I'm very on it. Like, I talk to everybody or most of the people I work with to make sure there ain't anything brewing. To be completely transparent, I've had altercations lately where I was wrong and I made a mistake in pulling people out of crowds, or I made a mistake in accusing people of certain things. Watching your tone, stuff like that. And my particular show, there is a heavy white and foreign audience. And so they act a certain way with people like us. Mm-hmm. And they have a certain perception of people like us. Even if we're just security, we're there to take care of them, all that. Like, they look at you a certain way.
There is that, like, till this day, like, there's that. There's gonna always be that perception of security, and it's always gonna be linked to that same perception of a bouncer.
Yeah, it's punishment. Security is punishment.
And like, I'm looking at it like, even where I work, like, realistically, I can't be a bouncer or I can't do bouncer shit unless things get extreme. They really just want me to just kind of, like my old job, they want me to be like security, like a security model. You know what I mean? They want me to be
a presence.
Like, exactly, like, just the background.
Which I'm happy to do. I don't want to throw people out of places. I don't want to put my hands on nobody.
No,
I don't want to yell at nobody. No. I hate it. I fucking hate it. So I am doing my rounds like I normally do.
Yes.
And we have, even though there are less of them now, we still have COVID officers who, make sure that the crowd is complying. In a way, they are kind of miniature security guards. They don't do security shit, but they are our eyes on the crowd. They're in there as much as we are. And if something's popping off, they will tell me, because they are the ones who are interacting most with the crowd, besides the ushers.
Yeah. So, hey, in other words, you're the muscle.
More or less. Sometimes, I do. I as a good team basketball player and as a point forward, I go in there to bolster them, because a lot of people, A lot of these ushers are not intimidating. Not that I am, but I am much more intimidating than they are. Especially in a nice suit, and I'm taller than most people. So,
I mean, once you start doing the security shit, you have to learn how to be.
And the voice you got to use, and the frame you have to have, and
or just just flat out, just looking them in their eyes and letting them know, like, I'm not here bullshit.
Like, please, like, I didn't even want to come here.
Like, nah, for real,
I'm actually kind of on your side. Like, can you just tell me what happened? Calm down. Tell me what happened. Like, and then I will then go from there. Like,
understand, like, I'm not, I'm here because you put me in this fucking position.
Yeah, and also at the same time, I'm not here to tear you down.
No.
Even though you're being a fucking jerk right now.
Exactly.
I want you to stay. Like, so, I'm doing my rounds. One of my CCOs had COVID compliance officer.
You gotta
in case you
explain
don't
what
know,
that is.
CCO, COVID compliance officer. So. These are people who are hired to not only make sure that people keep their masks on, basically, now that they have changed the law in New York.
Several laws.
It used to be that these were also the people checking your vaccine card and your ID to get you into the venue to make sure that you are okay to be there. And if not, how to get you tested or how to figure it out so that we can get you in or make sure you don't come in.
Yeah.
That you're not a danger to the crowd. So we still have a couple of those in our staff who, again, watch the crowd to make sure they're keeping their masks on, stuff like that. That is their job.
You deal with a much more intimate setting.
Absolutely. And harder, too, because I'm in the dark of these theaters. Like, you see things sometimes that you thought you saw.
Yeah.
Shit like that, and, I feel bad. Sometimes, for example, I've tabbed deaf people who have their phone out because I'm supposed to check for that stuff. And it's because they are listening to the hearing aid and seeing the lyrics to the show. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm a fucking asshole. Stuff like that. So anyway.
That has nothing to do with you, man.
No, you're going to make those mistakes like any job. And you just roll with it the best you can. I'll give you the highest.
No, the reality is that's an impossible job anyways.
Absolutely. For them, I feel for them. At least for me, I have a certain I have a space I can operate in. I have more leeway than they do.
But doing security is
they're just guys, and I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
But I at least have training. They have training in a different arena. Yes. They are just people.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to diminish them or anything. I've had many wonderful CCOs
they're not there to do what you're there to do.
And they still help me do what I do.
Exactly.
They could easily be like, "This is not my job," and make me do everything.
True indeed.
And I'll do it because that's my job. But they help me out, and so shout out to them.
It's nice to have a team, a good team. Man.
Absolutely, in any situation. So especially the security shit. So,
shout out to the cool yet effective yet real good team / co-workers.
Oh man, thank y'all. Y'all make this heaven at least, or a heaven within hell. But so I'm doing my rounds. I hate to keep doing these false starts. I'm doing my rounds.
It's not a false start, bro.
No, I'm ready. I just want to like really piece it together, really give you context, like I always do. I have to do the support chains before I really like hit you with the fire. So
2 chains.
Exactly. I'm about as tall as him, so it's cool. I'm doing my rounds. I'm in the upper level of the theater. And things have been going pretty smooth in this shift tonight. I had to deal with some little things, but little things, like nothing crazy. Didn't really have to talk to anyone like that. I was like, all right, cool. Something's going to happen because that's just the nature of our job.
Unfortunately.
But I'm like, things are going okay. I'm looking forward to the end of the night, basically what we're doing right now. And everything's fine. Right in front of me, as I say this to myself and think this to myself.
That's usually when it happens.
I look across the theater and I see my CCO kind of walking out fast out of one of the staircases to the mezzanine.
In other words, the motions of shit is about to go down.
I was like, oh, that's strange. And then I see a guy larger than him, maybe like 6 feet, 5'10", somewhere around there, walk out. Kind of thick, but not too thick.
Thick enough.
Thick enough compared to him. And I was like, that doesn't look good. Because I noticed that the guy is yelling at him. Even though the song is drowning it out. The musical is drowning it out.
First of all, that is a fucking hilarious sight, son. Especially if it was like a real like whimsical musical, son. Like if you
it
saw,
was a
like,
whimsical song.
That's what I'm saying.
And
You
it
seen
was
all
hilarious.
this violent shit going.
To this strange
Aggressive
music,
shit.
I was like, oh, that's not good, because he was like, it was on some Hulkamania shit. Like he was chasing
What
him
you
out.
gonna do?
He was chasing him out, pointing at his back, and I was like, that doesn't look good. So I immediately walk over, like behind them.
Usually, I mean, something about to happen.
Yeah, that's not good. And basically, my CCO was taking this guy who was clearly, they got into it, to give you some context, during intermission and then as the show started. Protocol dictates that we, not to give you too much of a peek behind the curtain, but you have to, if there's an issue in security, at least in my experience, if you know that it's going to ruin the rest of the show or whatever it is you're guarding,
You gotta get rid of that.
in the break, if there is a break, you got to get rid of that. In the break, you got to at least make it clear to whoever it is that this is not allowed. If you make me come back here, we are leaving together. No, shut up. Like, whatever you're saying to me, Mario, shut the fuck up. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if you're offended. Shut up. So, you just do that as nicely as possible. But, so I follow the situation, and my CCO and the guy are arguing, and it's over the politics of masking. I won't really go too much into it, but basically, the guy felt a grievance or felt put upon, like a lot of people do when we tell them anything.
Yeah, that real victim shit.
He was like, my wife's a nurse. She knows the science, all this shit. That's why I don't want to put my mask on like that. They were very drunk, as many people we deal with are. And
like, first of all, that's some bullshit, bro, because the first words out of his mouth were, yo, my wife is a nurse. So, first of all, you look stupid saying that shit, bro.
Yeah.
If your wife is a nurse, then you should be one of the first motherfuckers to be wearing a mask right now.
Yeah.
Why are you,
It was a whole thing, and so he goes to my partner. Like, the point was my CCO was directing the guy to my partner who was nearby as well.
Yeah.
So we basically were sandwiching these guys in the hallway of the theater. I try to hear the guy out, because I didn't want to make any more mistakes as I had recently. I was like, I gotta listen to all sides of the story, because I'm defensive. If you say some shit to my coworker that is spicy, you gotta get the fuck out. Like, that's it. Not only is that protocol, that is just me as a teammate. Like, you can't talk to them like that.
But that's why we always have to move as a team.
You can't talk to them, because if I came up and talked to you, you wouldn't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
And if you're talking to me like that, then we gotta get cops. We gotta get real security, But
that's why we always gotta move together.
So they're going back and forth, and during the confrontation, I know the guy was going at, my coworker, and I was like, this nigga's moving real aggressive, like he trying to fight.
A little too aggressive.
Like I get arguing, I get you want to get your point across, I get that you feel upset and offended, sure. Okay.
But bro, you're at a
And he was accusing, as we often get the accusation, as I mentioned in prior episodes, that we're power tripping. You're on your power trip. My coworker is a smallish man, like 5'6". And so imagine this 6-foot dude really pointing fingers in this little man's face, not to diminish him. This little man's face being like this and that, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, sir, we gotta chill out. I immediately get in between them, because they were he was moving at my coworker, and I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna.
Just being a good teammate.
You ain't gonna be tough in here,
Not even about being tough. Look, we are there to de-escalate shit.
Yeah, which admittedly is a fault of mine. I am working
You
on
and me
this.
both, but at the same time, bro, that's why
I'm definitely the nigga who's like, what you said? But.
No, look, I won't say that, but I'm always the one that will approach shit. But at the same time, even before I started working where I'm working now, that's a big thing you gotta learn, bro. It's just the de-escalation,
you have to, because you're gonna get mad. They're gonna say all types of shit to you. They get funny.
For real, bro.
So
it's
so Mans proceeds to be like, you guys think I'm a redneck, and because you think I'm a redneck, I don't know no better, and that I'm not smart, and I don't know where all this is coming from. And again, I guess it's just the general perception in New York City, Broadway, whatever. And he's
or that may have just been some conversation he was having with his girl or his wife
that they've had millions of times, I'm sure. So
Because you definitely know his wife was definitely out here looking for some dude from Brooklyn, but
Possibly.
we won't talk about that.
She's about to get involved in a second, actually. So,
yes.
So they're going at it, and I get in between them, and I take the man aside. I'm like, look, sir, like, just talk to me.
Yeah,
like y'all are fighting, like, just talk to me.
You gotta calm shit down.
Like, please, like, just tell me what's up.
Whoever is the aggressor, that's who you talk to.
And he also looked at me up and down and realized, oh shit, this dude's bigger than me, so I can't bully him like that. Also we security, so me and my partner are there. So
yeah, it's your approach, bro. And look, that's the thing I like, because a lot of times people respect that. Like I just told you, this dude helped me up off the ground after I was about to fucking choke his ass out. Yeah, but that was because he knew that once he let me know shit wasn't crazy, I acted accordingly.
You acted professionally.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was trying to macho or be on some big bold shit.
Or power bomb or nothing.
He saw exactly why shit happened, and then that's why he gave the explanation. You know what I'm saying?
So I take this guy aside. I'm like, look, fam, you can't talk to my coworkers like this. I want you to stay. Which is a thing I often say to these people. I want you to have even though you're being a fucking jerk. I want you to stay.
I'm not here to kick you out. I have to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to. I'd rather you leave on your own accord.
You're upset with him. Let's just come in. Like I almost.
Just understand the rules and follow them shit.
I almost had him back in the theater because I calmed it down. I was surprised at myself because he was mad.
But again, your approach.
I was shocked.
I
was really shocked he listened to me. Because again, I was heated too. I was like, nah, you can't talk to my niggas like nah, chill.
And again, bro.
And then once I listened to him, I was like, all right, just tell me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fam, like.
I get it. I understand.
I got you. You can't threaten my coworkers. Just sit down. If we talk to you again, it's because I'm talking to you about something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I turned to my partner and my CCO. And they just said they got the word on the radio saying he gotta go. Because my house manager don't play. She's tough. She does not fuck around. And I look at this man, and I was sad for him. I was so sad for him because I had just ended the situation. And was like, literally, I'm standing up. Y'all can't see me. I'm standing up. I'm ushering this man back into the theater. Like, I'd already diffused it. And they turn to me and they say, he gotta go. And I'm like,
all right, but look, at that point, if that's the case, at that point, then
he has to go.
No. If that's the case, then a supervisor should come out and do that. Because realistically, the supervisor should have been the one de-escalating that shit.
And normally that is protocol. And this is why I told you about this story and our listeners about the story. Shit happened so fast that we had to take over.
Yeah.
This goes back to the story I told in the last Secure Tales where that Irish dude tried to like push past me, threaten to fight me, all that other stuff. I'm not calling Schubert security. I just outed myself. I don't give a shit. I'm not calling security or someone or the cops or whatever to handle that. And it's not just because he's a short man and I'm the long one or whatever. It's because he was coming out. He was coming out his face, and I got to defend my fucking home court. Simple as that.
Protocol doesn't work.
You're a danger to safety. Therefore, you have to go.
Sometimes you have to
Protocol's out the window. Like you have a choice.
No, Sunday night I had to read and react. I couldn't like call my managers
and be like, "What do I do?"
No, like you see shit, you have to fucking react.
And that's what we're there to do.
They don't understand that because they're so afraid of like lawsuits, but they don't understand that.
Believe me, I get that. But that's what the cameras are for.
Okay. But at the same time, they don't understand that after a certain point, there isn't like any real extensive security training, but once you go to get your fucking 8-hour, 16-hour certificate and all that, they tell you like, yo, you're not a cop. So don't act as if you're a cop. You know what I'm saying? You have certain things that you can do as a civilian, but all you are is a licensed security guard. So realistically, even the armed security guards are fucked if they use their gun. Outside of it being like a legitimate like case where they had to use like that, like an armed guard, like they're just for show. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of like minutia that goes into that shit. Those motherfuckers that benefited back in the like 90s and 2000s, They fucked it up for all of us because they was making the most money and they was beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Now we all got to deal with that shit.
Gotta deal with the fallout and making less money.
So now we got to figure out how to throw motherfuckers in submission holes that won't kill them but will restrain them. You know
or talk them out of the building instead of just leading them out, you know?
Yeah. So in other words, you kind of have to have a couple of psychology classes within your resume to do this shit now.
It's true. So I'm about to take the man back into the theater to a seat.
And they fucked it up.
And I was like, damn. And I look at him, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, bro. Because he's like, yo, we gooch? He like was saying mad like, he was super white, but saying mad like hood slang. And my CCO took it as racism. He took it as slurs because he called him S.A. at first because my CCOs wear their name tags. And his name is Spanish. So he read his name and he was like, oh, what's good, S.A.? And then he called him, yo, where I come from, homie. Like, we do our research or whatever. It wasn't in that. It didn't come off as natural. Okay. And I felt for my coworker, obviously, because this nigga is mouthing off. And all he had to do was just shut the fuck up. And
that's
let
what
me
they
lead
get.
him back into the theater. That's it.
That's what
and
you get.
stayed.
Folks, sometimes just stay quiet.
I guarantee you, like, I wanted them to stay. Even though they said all this wild shit to my mans, both my partner, my partner and my CCO, and I was like, nah, it's over.
Yo, that's most of the guards that you'll come across. Most of us, we want you to stick around.
So
and have a good time.
But I got that order; they had to go. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Once you wig out, like we can't do nothing.
You gotta come with me, like because
it's time for you to go, man.
You gotta go. And so that's when the real madness came. So they are cursing at my mans on the way out. This is where the wife comes in that I told you about because she realized that we had her husband and we were talking to him. So she came out trying to figure out what's up.
Was she sexy?
No. I'm sorry, no. I don't want to clown her, but no.
Damn.
She's drunk and wigging out. I'm a nurse. I know this and that. The same politics that man was spewing at us before. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, but y'all gotta go now. Like, I didn't want this to happen, but this is out of my hands now, unfortunately. And he just kept saying, this goes to what you were talking about before, about the dude hugging you and showing you love or whatever. Yeah. This guy is saying, as we are kicking him out, security, y'all are cool. Security is cool to me, blah, blah, blah. Y'all were good to me. But this asshole, like, they're still trying to fight with my CCO. Yeah. And I'm like, just go, please. Just go, please.
Oh,
please, just go.
That was like the man's that I threw out that night. So.
Exactly.
That was, the booty touching.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just shake my hand. Shake my piss hand.
No, not him.
No. Oh, no, yeah, the other boot. Yeah, sorry, same spot, different guy. Anyway, go back and listen to the other Security Tales for that if y'all are new. But we're leading them out now. My partner and I, they're cursing my CCO all the way. This is where I will say my CCO made a mistake, and I'll reflect on this later near the end of the story. What he should have done, as we are often trained, is to, all right, since you are the lightning rod of this situation, just stay over there and let us lead them out.
Yeah, get away from that.
Now it's in our hands. Like,
get away from that.
Just lead us out because you are the reason they're upset.
Exactly, man.
And I regret not telling him this sooner. I told him later, but I regret not telling him this sooner. Because he, as a supervisor, like, he's on it. And again, I appreciate this, but also he's not a security guard. So.
And not a supervisor, because you're supposed to know how to move, but whatever.
Yeah, but he is. He's a supervisor. So we take him out, and they're popping off in the lobby like they're supposed to. We're allowing them to, I was like, again, guys, I'm really sorry about this, but had they not told me to do this, you'd be back in your seats right now.
You'd be Gucci.
But here we are, and now you've threatened, because he kept threatening my CCO on the way out and kept threatening him in the lobby. He's like, I know where you work. He was doing all this tough guy shit. He's like, this face, remember this face. I'm circling my face now, guys, in that, tough guy way. Remember this face. I know where you work. You don't know me, though. And I was like, all right, you got to go now because you are trifling. Like,
You're doing too much.
I felt for you. And now you are visibly and audibly threatening people here. You got to leave. And that's where I had to, like, get between him again.
You got to understand the wave.
Because he was, like, really, like, you could tell he was working up the courage. Not maybe to swing, but, like, to get in my guy's face. And I was like, yo, you got
he was doing too much.
Nah. Like, you got, my empathy and sympathy is now gone for you. Like, you
we ain't that cool.
You gotta go. And so he ended up being the voice of reason, oddly enough, because his wife was also not done, cursing out, this guy's a fucking asshole. This guy's a fucking asshole. This guy's a fucking asshole. I'm a nurse. I know this, and that. This guy's a fucking asshole. We paid $1,000 for these tickets and my $200 wine, and they were just going in, like, hard. And I was like, y'all gotta go. Please go. Y'all gotta go. Please go. Like, please go. Like,
y'all clearly don't get it.
You're out of the building already. Just please go.
You don't get it.
And right through the door, he just kept threatening my coworker. And I not that I was scared of this dude, but like, I felt for my coworker because it's like, damn, like, all of this was over masking and someone telling them repeatedly about rules they're supposed to follow. And again, had it just been me initially, let's say, telling him to pull his mask up or take his drink off the ledge and all these things that apparently they talked about, he wouldn't be screaming at me in the same way. It would be like, dude, like, just do these things and I'll leave you alone. Enjoy the show. Watch the show.
That's it.
Watch the show.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And it was unfortunate. Again, I felt bad for him. Even with the threats and all that, I felt bad. I hope he doesn't come back because he's going to get his ass beat. Honestly, I hope he doesn't come back. I don't think he will. They from out of town. The most we'll get is maybe a complaint or two, but they were at fault, so it's not going to go anywhere.
And it won't.
So that's my security tale. Again, fresh from tonight, which tells y'all, like, this is a daily occurrence. All this, like,
oh no, folks, it was a full weekend.
This babysitting shit is rough, bro.
I'm tired of it, man.
Me too.
Keep it 100.
Me too. It's a lot. It's a lot on the mind, because you have to both soothe and still discipline, and know which one is good, the carrot or the stick. And most of the time, at least for me personally, I can only speak for me, I want to hit him with the stick, because shut the fuck up and do what I say. I don't care about what your concerns are. I don't care how defensive you are.
Yeah.
And a line I often use now is, this is not an indictment. Like, I'm not accusing you of anything.
No.
I'm just telling you what I was told, and now I got to come in here and talk to you about it.
Yeah, you did something for them to let me know that you did something.
Please.
So now I have to talk.
Yeah, now please don't do the thing. And it's like, oh, I didn't do the thing. Like, please. Like, just don't do the thing. That's it.
And those are the worst. The motherfuckers
Don't
that are defensive because they're the most guilty.
Mm-hmm. And I get it. You know, they think it's an indictment. They think, oh, God, like, they caught me or whatever. Look, yeah, we caught you.
But just letting you know, look, I'm not trying to kick you out.
Just take it down a level.
Chill.
There have been confrontations recently where people kick themselves out because as soon as I show up, you know, they knew they was wilding. And I was like, all right, well, you don't have to go. Just relax.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck this, fuck that.
All
I'm
right.
leaving.
Cool.
That's
Thank
your
you.
prerogative.
Yeah,
Thank you. I didn't have to call anybody to come pull you out.
No. You know what I'm saying? You've complied.
Thank you. I'm sad you're leaving, but...
No, not really.
But go. Please leave.
That's less people I got to kick out.
And less people I got to worry about talking to, and less people have to babysit. I got shit to do.
Yeah,
I got work
much more important shit.
I have actual work to do. I got to worry about, like, stalkers and threats and shit. Not this mass shit. Not this fucking don't eat popcorn in the theater shit. Like,
no, not this dumb shit, man.
Not this dumb shit. Come, watch the show, have a good time, leave.
That's it.
Please. I will back you to the hilt on all of that.
Please.
No problem.
Just chill. That's all you got to do.
So that's it. That's what I got. You want to transition? You have anything to add to that?
I mean, outside of, well, within the security shit, you know, but outside of that, just making big maneuvers and just living that positive life as we all should. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to. Shit is rough.
Yeah, I guess that's why we do what we do. Both here and there.
I'm sure I said this before in the first Security Tales, but I'm grateful. Like, as much as we whine, a little about the things about the job, because it's work and we all whine about work, but I'm grateful to this line of work for helping me, like, really put steel in my spine, like, or I guess have it, like, be okay to have steel in the spine. I hate confrontation. I really do.
Yeah. But doing this shit has made me much more comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like I will, because again, my job requires me to immediately dive into the fire if some shit is happening.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So there's no hesitation. There's no time to hesitate.
No, it's not, bro. Soon, like, just read and react.
Just do it. That I guess that might be the title right now. Read and react at the end of the world. But
yeah, why not?
I get a lot of compliments, and it's not about the compliments. I appreciate them, but I keep hearing a lot of the same thing. It's like, you're not afraid, and I was like, I can't be afraid in this line of work. There's no time to.
Yeah.
If I'm afraid, like, something bad can happen, and then I didn't react to it, and that's a failure.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. No, I get the same compliments just in regards of like how I handle shit, not being. Because again, so many people have that perception of like security, bouncers, whatever. Like, they all expect us just to just come out swinging all the fucking time. So, you know what I mean? When I handle shit the way I handle it, like, a lot of people come up like, yo, I like your approach. You know what I'm saying? You different, so on and so forth. You could have did way more, but you didn't. I like the way you handled that. So, I guess I'm doing shit. I guess we're doing shit the right way, man.
It ain't easy. I want to yell at him like right out the gate, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, no. That's always my remark to them. I'm like, thank you, but that shit ain't easy, man.
Yeah, like, I want to be an enforcer. That's how I learned, honestly, in the venues that I was in before and in the places I was in before. That's the only way you get people to snap to attention. Again, I don't want people to fear me, but it fucking helps. It really does. But I hear sorry a lot, and I often say, like, don't be sorry. It's fine. No.
Like,
it's part of the
this
job.
Is what
like,
it is.
Everything's cool. Your ID is fine. Like,
yeah.
You need help, you good.
This is what it is. Yeah, we're not there to intimidate, but at the same time, we do have to create that presence. And again, a lot of times that will be confused with, that concept of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just enjoying that bouncer lure, which, you know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for that, so I don't care about that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not somebody that needs a dick swing, so I never will. But there are a lot of people or a lot of individuals that like to, poke their chests out based upon shit, based upon like the little piece of authority that they think they have, but honestly, I've worked with a lot of those, and they're the lamest motherfuckers I've ever worked with, man. Like, I don't respect them, man. Those are the individuals that created that bullshit ass image and that bullshit ass perception of like bouncers, security, so on and so forth, man.
They also revel in it.
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
It's always weird when people hit me
the abusers.
That the people always hit me that power trip shit, and there definitely been times where I'm not gonna front on y'all. I've gleefully like shut some shit down on some petty shit because I was being, I guess, pettied at, for lack of a better way to describe it. And I'm a regular human being like everyone else. I am flawed, but at the same time, that's not my aim. I don't need to dominate you. That's not what they pay us for either. They pay us to keep you safe. If you don't have confidence in that, how am I supposed to do my job? But because we also have to enforce rules, and the rules of the venue and the rules of management and the rules of other organizations besides, it becomes this jumble and this tightrope to walk. And again, all I ultimately care about is safety, public safety. That's what I am. Public safety officer or security guard, or you name it, whatever the title happens to be at the place that I am standing watch over, or that we're standing watch over. And that's lost. That's very lost on people, much in the way that sanitation and janitorial work are lost on people. And
until the pandemic being anywhere in the medical field. True.
Any of that, quote unquote dirty work, that Mike Rowe dirty jobs level, security is
shout out to Mike Rowe.
Just as a part of that too. Like, we have to deal with that psychological dirt, that
no, the irony is
interpersonal,
the
bullshit.
The beautiful irony within that is we get way more love than cops get, but we kind of, it's kind of like
Well, it helps that we can't apply deadly force to anybody really.
I mean, we could, but we just
well, not with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, or a taser.
But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we're in between that law enforcement realm and the realm of like citizens. So, I mean, look, our precast meetings are probably a little bit more spicier than our actual podcast, but we definitely had various stories about the fans of security guards. Like, we're actually we've given a lot of negative stories. I guess I gotta get some more fan tales, man.
That might be something.
I mean, that's the other side of the security.
As
tales,
so many people, podcasters, content creators, or whatever, have remarked, scientifically we are keyed into focusing on the negative because it's survival instinct.
Which is fine. Well, and again,
so I get that.
This
but
job
it brings that out, and there's so much of it. But at the same time, there are plenty times.
There are perks to it. If you know how to maneuver your shit, there are perks.
There are times even more so than usual lately, especially. I think also because my mindset is different for the job. I want things to go well, as opposed to me looking for shit to stamp out and fires to put out.
True indeed.
And things to enforce. I often say to
that's a different discussion. Now we're just talking about energy.
But like I often say to myself, don't create work for yourself. Just do what you gotta do and focus on that.
Yeah, you know what it is though. But look, you know what it is, because more times than not, when you flow into work and you feeling great, positive vibes, you may have a bad day, but the collective day usually is good, as opposed to when you walking in mad, angry, or depressed, so on and so forth.
Definitely.
The vibe you present, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And just in your eyes, especially now that we have this mask shit, people looking at your eyes a lot. You have to tell a story through your eyes and shit. So
well, I've always had to tell a story through my eyes.
But now it's important because eye contact is now everything. But
and girls always want to stare in your fucking eyes, man.
So
especially if you're tall.
When people tell me, the generic statement often is, "We appreciate the work that you do," and I'm like, you know what? Thank you for that. Thank you so much. And it's like, it's real, it's genuine thanks. Like, thank you so much. Just like my welcome is.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised just saying welcome to people, how that improves their mood. Because again, they're looking at you as the enforcer. They're looking at you as like the death squad.
All day. And
so
when you greet them as if like you're a host, again, you separate yourself from that bouncer perception. Now, for me,
this guy's on my side.
They always refer to me as a bouncer just because of where I work, but the reality is they don't want a bouncer where I work. I have to be, like I said, more security representative. You know what I'm saying? Until shit gets real, then I still may get some complaints, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, well, you're doing your job then.
All day. But at the same time, all we're there to do is the fucking job. You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately what it comes down to.
True indeed. So, to complete your point, like the positive statements also have an impact. Like,
yes.
And I appreciate them. We both do, I'm sure, because it's nice to just be recognized. I don't need flattery or anything. Some people tip me sometimes, and I'm like, I feel uncomfortable like taking the money, because like, nah, I appreciate it, but no, like, this is a part of the job. Like, I would do this whether you gave me money or not.
No, it is what it is when it comes to the compliments, but at the same time. Alright, cause like to your point, when those compliments come, they usually come at some point where I'm either like fully aggravated, trying to work my way down, or it's probably somewhere towards the end of the night. But I'm not even thinking about shit. But you're right. Like a lot of times they are like, "Yo, thank you for protecting us. Thank you for this. Thank you for that." Yeah, I mean, I won't get into how many older women thank you for me IDing them, but. They like that shit. But either way, it's we do get those credits. Not as much as we would like, but at the same time, they like I said, even more than cops, they respect the job that we do.
Yeah. Because they also know we're not there to like we are the law, and even though we are the law to some extent, but like I don't. I'm a guy just like you. When I go out to a place, I want to have a good time too. Like when I go out to places, I try to be mindful of the guards who are there now, and I did that before I was a guard, but especially now. Like
Yeah, definitely.
I know what it is. Like I know what they go through. I know.
Yo, honestly, it's a total different mindset.
Aggravation, man. Like I know everything, and even if they had an easy, job or whatever, I often get from a lot of people, your job's easy. You don't do anything, and I'm just like, wow, you've clearly never done this work before. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah, nah, if you see a security guard not doing nothing, that means it's a good night.
Yeah, it means they got that break that they needed from dealing with some bullshit.
Exactly.
Like, shout out to the lobby guards, man. Like, y'all usually dodge a lot of that bullshit.
That's us.
But have to deal with their share of theirs, too.
So,
I don't know, man. It seems like this is just another Secure Tales episode. I don't think we're going to get to sports now.
I mean, we could touch upon it a little bit, not too in depth.
A little. I mean, I don't really have much else like to add. I know there'll be future stories and stuff like that for sure. Trust me. Like,
I mean, there's only two major stories. One of them is can the Heat overcome the size and length of Boston? And truth be told, can on the West, it's that old school story of, does the best player beat the best team? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that the Warriors are the best team, but does the best player in the series beat the better team? You know
I guess aside from Boston and the Heat, have been, and to a lesser extent the Bucks, were.
I'm just talking about who's still there.
Yeah, so
You know what I'm saying? Not who was the best.
So of those, the Celtics are the hottest team at the end of the season, so obviously they are cooking.
No, right now you could say Boston is. I'm just talking
the best
series
team,
to series.
You're right. The
Series
best
to
team,
series.
even of all the teams left, the best team are the Warriors left. They have the cohesion, they have the youth that they needed to kind of balance things
And
out.
more importantly, they have the rings.
They have the rings, the experience, and they have their core.
And a two-time back-to-back MVP.
You know, they have their core to guide them through.
And a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, if Clay wasn't as injury prone, he probably should have at least one of those, man.
Or a scoring title, but
Nah, he won't ever get a scoring title. He's too inconsistent. But a defensive player, he can get that.
But he's on a mission. It's funny when we did our.
Well, he's on a mission, but he's starting to get his rhythm and his stroke back. So
when we did Deadliest Player of the Year a few episodes ago, neither of us picked him. If I recall.
Well, first of all, he wasn't around.
But he's on his way back. We knew he was gonna come back in some degree.
Bro. Like, and he doesn't count, bro. Like when we did it.
Yeah, he wasn't like active. He wasn't on the roster.
And even still, I may only put him third within that realm. Maybe.
He's getting into form at the right time.
All right, so let's redo it. Who's your most dangerous player?
I mean, we could just do it in the postseason, no?
No, just right now.
It's a different animal.
The postseason is damn near over. So right now we're down to the.
Has it been or who is it now?
We're down to the final four. Because we really should have did the most dangerous player at the beginning of the year, mid-season, and beginning of the playoffs, and now. But right now, we have the final four right
Definitely
now.
Luka, for sure, because he is the bellwether of the team.
Luka's the MVP. I don't know if he's the most dangerous.
But he is, though.
He's the MVP.
When he is frying, he is not unstoppable.
There are other players like that in the postseason still.
But the way he has elevated his team is the way you're supposed to do that.
That's why I'll call him MVP, not the most dangerous MVP.
All right, if we're gonna, I guess, use that criteria, perhaps.
Well, all right, look, we're saying the most dangerous. That's kind of a weird
It's
way to
either buckets or Tatum. I mean, realistically,
who's the biggest X factor? I guess that's the best way to put it.
buckets?
Buckets? Because I would still put him in that Luka category because those two are out of that because they're already established.
Because even if Luka has an off night,
Yeah.
which I don't think is gonna happen at this point, but if he does, the Mavs have enough grit to scrape a win together.
So did the Heat.
defensively. But if they are off shooting wise, they don't win.
If they miss their threes,
They don't win.
But again,
so and they don't have a guy aside from buckets to really take the fuck over because Kyle hurt, so it can't be him. They got rid of Goran, and he was old anyway. Not to shit on Goran, but like
I wasn't hurt. He just had to go back on the bench because Robert Williams came back.
Vic,
Williams was hurt.
Yeah, Vic
is good, but also kind of shaking some rust off still.
Right.
And if the rumors are to believed about there being animosity between Vic and Buckets, a team divided is never gonna play at maximum efficiency, even with a player like that.
Now, first of all, that was diminished tonight because they played mad minutes together. So.
Well, they also, to Bucket's credit, even if he don't like you, he gonna show up with you because he wants to win.
If he knows you're trying to win, then he's gonna play with you.
He's gonna play with you.
So, and like I said, they because they had no choice but to play them together.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, I gotta check my my wagers.
So, as you do that, yeah, I would stick to either Tatum or Buckets. I don't want to discount anybody on the West.
You gotta throw out a name that's not familiar.
Well, you said X Factors.
That's an X
Kevon
factor.
Looney
We're
is
not talking
definitely-
about the normal.
Kevon Looney is definitely one of those.
All day.
And Wiggins, if you want to like add to that.
Even him, I wouldn't even throw him in there
because he's been consistently.
he was an
there.
all-star. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's like, all right, an X factor would be like a Grant Williams.
like what Memphis
Shit, I wouldn't even put Marcus Smart in that because he's already established himself as a.
Yeah, he's a key piece.
He's
of that
like
team.
he is like a main
He's
X
a
factor.
vital piece of that team,
saying?
especially defensively.
Because look, all right,
yeah.
for instance, if Boston was healthy, the Williamses would be an X factor. Pritchard definitely has become an X factor. On Miami, Strus, he's an X factor. PJ got injured a little bit tonight, but I don't think he's gonna be out. Like you said, Kevon Looney, fucking on the other side, Luka's gonna need somebody else.
Mans, we
He's
talk
going-
about him all the time.
Oh, Finney?
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a big one for him, especially as a big rebounder for their team. Max Kleber, another one. Like you said, they don't play him enough. They should. Boban, another one, very good defensively. Makes his free throws, more importantly. And the other ones who should be cooking are Spencer,
Yes.
Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
You know, those guys are doing what they need to be doing.
They are.
But yeah, it's definitely those Brian Cardinal, as I mentioned a couple nights ago when we were chilling.
Yes.
Those Brian Cardinal players are going to make the difference in both of these series for sure.
Yes.
Because the stars almost negate each other. And
Not almost, they do.
You know.
They do. Because
Well, it depends.
I mean,
if
look,
the Heat are hot from three, Boston is dead. Like, dead. But
even then, like even if the Heat are hot from three, Boston still has a chance.
If the Mavs can lure the Warriors into playing half-court basketball the whole series, I don't know if it looks good for the Warriors. You know, same thing for the Warriors. If they're hot from three, the Warriors are dead.
You know why? No, because
Yeah,
like the Mavs, like they're just figuring shit out. So I'm still cool with Warriors in the half-court set because the longer the series goes, the more they're gonna figure them out.
But also, the longer the series goes, the longer you give Luka a chance to adapt, which is clearly where he stuns teams at.
No. Luka's going to be Luka. He's going to be Luka. It's about the rest of the team.
I agree.
So if we stifle everybody else, then they don't win.
Nah, they don't win. If they manage to calm even just Jalen Brunson down and let Spence do what he does, they'll be okay. Because they can negate that scoring with defense.
Yeah.
You know, they're still the best defense in the league, so I imagine that's going to show up.
And sooner or later, they're going to figure shit out. And
I also feel like they're going to force Luka into making mistakes, which is how you beat him. I don't want to say that the pressure will get to him because the pressure doesn't seem to. He's been dealing with it forever now. So
right now,
you got to make him uncomfortable.
Oh, damn.
That's basically it. Like, because once he's confident, he's unstoppable.
Right now, I guess my finals prediction is Warriors in Boston.
I feel like that's the sensible choice.
I mean, most people will say it's Warriors and Heat.
I can't believe in these guys. their win condition.
Listen,
to use a card game terminology, their win condition is not consistent enough.
I couldn't believe
Bam was scoring 22 to 25 a night, then yeah, maybe. You know.
Well, listen, we only have one game in the series, and like I said, if for the Heat to win, well, I didn't say this on the mic. I said it as I was going to the bathroom, but Bam Adebayo has to be the best player in the series. If he's not, then the Heat will lose.
Absolutely.
Like
even if they are hitting their threes.
Like Jimmy Busquets, he has to be the you know what I'm saying, the supporting actor in this one. Because for Bam is their best big man, and for you to beat Boston, you have to have a good big man.
And their best defender.
Yeah. They have a lot of good
It's
defenders.
really Jimmy, but he has to do so much on both ends of the ball now as the main guy that I would say is Bam, because he can focus his energy on protecting
and
that
that's
paint.
what I'm saying.
They
Look,
have no other paint protectors like that, really.
if Bam could take over that
What are they
role
gonna
from
put out there,
Jimmy,
Udonis Haslam?
first of all, your man Donis he's somewhere on the suit, and you know.
He in a doghouse. That nigga's done.
But Bam should be what Jimmy is. He should be like their best overall player, and you let Jimmy figure out what he needs to do. Does he have to shut in the series? Does he have to shut down the best perimeter player, or does Jimmy have to be your number one scorer? Because you can't have Jimmy doing both of those.
Jimmy has to go back and forth with Tatum, and the rest has to kind of like figure itself out.
No, in this series,
Because
I need
Tatum is
in this series
scorching right now.
this series, I need Jimmy scoring more than anything.
They need that. They need that.
So I need that more than anything.
It'll be very much like the bubble scenario. It's just like, I don't want to say it's just like that, but it's very much like that.
No, it kind of is, because
You're playing the hottest team in the league once again.
they've been the same team since then.
Also, this team kind of has your number a little bit. Like, they are adapting to it.
They're adapting. But remember, before the Heat had their number because they were young. But again, like I told you a couple of days ago when we were
Also, Boston was super inexperienced compared to them.
super experienced, and we'll throw in that Kyrie factor.
Definitely.
But as I told you a couple nights ago when we was taking shots, ultimately, son, these dudes have like they figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Like once LeBron left the East, we were able to kind of figure shit out a little bit more. So in the bubble, the Heat had Boston's number.
Also, and I don't want to say this, but Danny Ainge was right to stockpile all them picks because it led to the roster that he has now.
For better or worse.
Truth be told, that's a nice little half an hour cast because that's how it originally started. But if you look at how many resources and draft picks they have, the team they have right now doesn't match that. They had to get rid of a lot of that shit to build the team that they have now.
Good players,
again,
too.
look.
Really good players, too.
But again, that shows you, bro. That shows you, first of all, simplicity is key. And that shows you how
and more of a cohesion. You know.
That's what I was about to say. That shows you how fragile the fabric of basketball is. Like, the pieces have to connect at the right time, at the right moment. And
energy, like you were saying earlier. About security.
Yeah.
And the energy has to be the vibe. You know, they say, as the kids say now, vibe check. You know, like,
and roles have to be defined. You know what I'm saying? So when Kyrie was there, when Kyrie was on any other team outside of LeBron's team, bro, the chemistry is always off. That's why Nike ain't fucking with him no more. So.
Also, because they were anointing him as the new point guard when that is not his game. He's a scoring guard.
And all that was based off upon was just one fucking shot in the finals. Now, was that a major shot? Yeah.
And a great performance, too.
But realistically, he shouldn't have even had that performance. But we won't talk about it.
And as we've said many times over the years, do you have that same performance with the best playmaker in the game right next to you?
No, do you have that performance?
Do you have that performance with Draymond Green
being out of the series
for Game 5? The answer is no. Because, again, Kyrie struggled from Game 1 to Game 5. He was giving, bro. I don't even want to get into that, bro. Let's just...
The point is, there was, going back to the Celtics, the energy was different. They thought banking on Kyrie and Gordon Hayward and Terry was the way to go.
Which again, during that time, I wouldn't have been so mad. They also got a video out about how the Celtics fucked up Isaiah Thomas's career. I would disagree with that, but
I don't agree with that either. But they should have definitely re-signed him. I will always maintain that.
Or he should have just dipped, but whatever.
Well, they forced him to, essentially.
No. His injuries and other things.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, no.
And again, I get their standpoint. Oh, why are we going to take a chance on such a delicate player who is tiny? You know.
Even though he chose to play with the bad hip, but whatever.
And not change his driving form, much like Derrick Rose.
Or just change his game, but. Again, that was Boston's fault Brad Stevens' fault because they had built that whole offense around the man.
And didn't know how to utilize all these really young, very good players to make better. To make up for his deficiency as a combo guard. Because when he started,
they kind of did, but not
he
really.
can play make.
They kind of did, but not really.
But when he started scoring, it was just, all right, it's the fourth, I'm on. That's what it was. That's what their offense was.
No, it's either he gonna take a lot of threes or he gonna try to drive it in and
driving you get to the line or create.
It's funny, but he was like a smaller, better shooting version of AIs
and Westbrook.
I won't ever put Westbrook in either one of these categories.
True, but they are high volume.
Even though he's an MVP, I would never put him in either one of these categories.
And the unofficial mascot of our channel.
Because those two we're talking about, they were much more fluent scorers than him.
Absolutely. Mans not only was averaging 28 a game, but he was leading the league. The guy they were saying was undersized, a bum, injury prone, all this shit. And this man was averaging, what was it, like 9 to 10 points a fourth quarter? Some absurd.
He was leading the league in like fourth quarter points.
He was leading the league in fourth quarter points, and for a while leading the league in scoring.
That was one of the last.
An undersized guard on a team that sucks.
Nah, keep on.
Like allegedly sucks.
Because that was what? That was 2017. That was one of the last years of when the point guard really ran the league. Because once
is it not still like that? You don't think?
No. Once Giannis took over, we came back to the aliens.
That's true.
But we need to transition because we getting to that point. We gotta give the wrestling fans a little taste.
Oh, I see.
It's a little taste.
What's on your mind?
Well, outside of the delicious and scrumptious sachet, or Sasha Fierce, aka Sasha Banks. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that we really are coming into the true female revolution of wrestling. Fuck what the WWE, fuck what Stephanie McMahon was talking about a couple of years ago. Even though the wrestling was high octane during that time, we're coming into that revolution right now because they're truly realizing their value. That whole daddy Vince concept is starting to well, if you ask me, that whole daddy Vince should have stopped 10 years ago. Daddy Vince should have died when the Divas ever died, but I won't talk about that.
And the end of an era when Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker were done.
Well, they were trying to end that era for like 15 years, but whatever.
It was a good ending. So let's talk to that since you already referenced her. For folks who don't know, the major wrestling story this week is last night, or excuse me, 2 nights ago now, because it's Wednesday morning.
Well, no. The major story, realistically, within the last few weeks, is Ember Moon.
Well, and Reigns. But we'll get to that in a second.
Nah, we may have to save that for another episode. So. I'm gonna give Reigns his own episode.
No,
he deserves it.
But you also set it up to be about the women, so let's stick with them.
Yeah. Ladies, we here for you, baby. Excuse me, I ain't mean to say baby. You know, I'm here for you. Whatever your name is, I'm here for you. If you don't want me calling you baby, you don't want me calling you love, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for you. I'm here for your rights. I'm here for your mindset. I'm here for you if you don't want to bust the I'm saying the booty shorts and the fishnets. Now don't get me wrong, that shit looks good, but if you don't want to wear that, by all means, I hear you. I'm here for the true fan, you know what I'm saying? And the I don't want to say the wrestling addict, but you know what I'm saying. I'm definitely here for the suplex addict.
Well, that said, I guess since you brought her up, let's start from there. A couple weeks back, Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon. I don't know.
It's funny because she looks like an Athena, son.
It works for her.
She looks like that. Which sucks because that could have easily just been her wrestling name.
Yeah, or maybe it was, back then. I don't remember if it was or not, but
I don't even know. Or I think my brother, his man who wrestles, kind of knows where she was from before. But I just know she's from Texas.
She's from Texas, because they
had Dallas, but
they had that small controversy years ago where some other female wrestler from out of there said that she stole her whole look and gimmick from her and shit,
and got into NXT with it, and that she owes her or some shit. But I don't know. Nothing ever really came of the story after that.
Now, listen, all I'm gonna say to that is, look, if you came up with that gimmick, then you can come up with another one.
Yeah, if you're creative.
No, listen, me and the Liquid One, we were speaking about, I won't say beats that were stole from me, but there are definitely at least 2 of my beats that are on commercials right now. Am I mad?
During the playoffs and all that.
Am I mad? No, baby, because that means that I'm good enough to make shit that's good enough to be mainstream. So it is what it is. You can have those little appetizers. I still have the main course.
So to build our little case here, Athena a few weeks ago, I'm spacing on who she was interviewing with. I want to say Sean Ross Sapp. I'm sorry if I am getting that wrong.
No, I don't think
I really can't remember right now. Here we go, live air research. But she was in an interview a few weeks ago, and
there's so many wrestling podcasts, so forgive me.
Yeah, a lot of shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all getting the scoop for us, man. I appreciate y'all. So that we can have content filtered down to us. But
shout out to JD, baby. I was at that last HOG show. It was a nice one, you know what I'm saying? Could have been better, but it is what it is. Injuries play a part in that.
Yeah, we in the next one though. We there for that next one. We're gonna try to buy you a Guinness if we can.
I don't think he's gonna be around. I don't think he wants to be around us, but
that's a shame.
About him.
I'm a fan of his.
Anyway,
Athena a few weeks ago in an interview basically confirmed what most of us had thought about women's wrestling in WWE, in that management has an idea, a specific idea of how they want to portray their women, which is sexy largely and not as wrestling, despite the fact that they're always crowing about the women's revolution and female wrestling being important and all this stuff. The tag team belts and how they've been treated do not reflect that. And honestly, neither do the women's titles, as they've just been bouncing back and forth between the 4 horsemen for years now.
Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah, Chris Van Vliet. Shout out to him. Thank you. I know it was one of them too. Yeah. But shout out to my fellow, I think he 6'2" or whatever, he tall. But anyway, he got the scoop from her, and she revealed that basically they would have meetings at the E where they would tell the women to be sexier and really play that up and wear sexy outfits and have your ass hanging out and stuff like that. And Athena very much disagreed with this, in that, at least for her specifically, she was like, and I'm butchering this, so I'm not going to quote it, but I'm paraphrasing the quote, in which she said, I market myself towards children.
That's what she said. She's like, I'm here for the kids.
I'm here for the kids. I'm here to bring joy, the joy of wrestling to the next generation, so that fandom can continue, because I'm a fan.
No, they wanted everybody to look like Amber Rose, which is
Mandy Rose.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both
of them. Amber Rose as well. But and evidence by the girls on NXT right now is clearly true.
No, and again,
shout out to Nikita Lyons.
Yo, for real, there's a market for that. There's always gonna be a market for that.
I'm for that.
Because like sometimes everybody isn't going to appeal to kids. Everybody isn't going to appeal to the mature audience.
You gotta get who you can get.
You gotta know who your niche is.
But yeah, clearly the E is focused more, fuck. I mean, we've been seeing evidence of this for years. Look at the Emelina gimmick. They tried to strap onto Emma. All these random, like, sexy shit. Mandy Rose herself. They portrayed
I ain't gonna lie,
her.
Emma, she was another one that she kind of got in her own way,
But that gimmick was dumb, is the point. Like, that is not... She had cultivated this character for herself in NXT that was over with the crowd. If you are really a sound businessman, you continue with that. You don't try. I get it. She's sexy. You want to make her sexy, but she can be sexy in that gimmick.
Nah, she was already like appealing. That's what we're talking about. Appeal.
Exactly. That's
not
the
sexy,
point.
just
like,
appeal.
And it's okay to be sexy. I'm not against that. But
if that's not your gimmick, then why we? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
get in there and do what you do.
Because again, you're not gonna do that shit with Shayna Baszler, son.
No.
You're not gonna do that. Why would you? You're not gonna. You could. I ain't gonna lie. It would be funny, but you could kind of probably try to do that shit with the thick joint. What's her name? Doudrop.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna do that.
No.
You're not.
So, she had gone into the fact that I have these lengthy meetings about that, about being sexy, about being more, presentable, stuff like that.
Her biggest story wasn't even about that. It was more of...
Also, shout out to her real quick because she didn't bury Mandy Rose. She was like, Mandy Rose is great.
No.
Like, I have no issue with her.
Mandy shouldn't be buried because Mandy isn't whack in the ring. She's just a very beautiful woman that knows that she's a beautiful woman. And that's why they signed her, but that's why she ain't buried, because she knew, like, all right, Mandy is like the pinnacle of what they're talking about.
Of what they want. Yeah, that's what they want.
Like, if it was somebody that was whack, she would have been like, nah, this bitch. But Mandy, she could do shit in the ring. She is incredibly sexy.
And moreover, she got better than, we talked about this earlier off camera about Jade Cargill in AEW. Yeah. Like, she's improving. She's getting better. She's growing on me. Yeah. That's what entertainment is supposed to be about.
No, bro, look. Absolution was one of the squads I was definitely going to be behind.
Me too.
But before Paige got injured, so.
Yeah, they had it, man.
Cause I was behind them way more than the Riot Squad. So.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
I could see all three of them. They could do shit in the ring. They look good.
They can tell stories like.
And true, till this day, two of them are still, well, I can say all three of them are still relevant, but two of them are still really, really relevant.
No, three. Paige.
No, I know. Paige is.
She's coming back. It's coming. She's coming.
Shout out to Paige, baby. I liked you when you were thick, but...
Yeah, they love her, man. Everyone loves her, so it's happening.
It's hard not to love her, son. She has a movie. I haven't seen a movie, but...
Yeah, I still got to see that. But, yeah, that was basically... It wasn't all... That was the only thing Athena talked about, but it was the thing that people latched onto. And,
Just the divarism and just,
And what they're trying to get back to. They're trying to go back to the
just the crisscross shit they was hitting her with, because again, Athena she's a mark, bro, and she's a fan, and more than anything, she's a professional. So the whole thing was, I don't mind. She always wants to put people. First of all, and we haven't done a cast since this man had passed away, but shout out to the God.
R.I.P. to the Razor, bro.
Shout out to the Razor, man. He was another one that he was always about putting other people on.
And coming up with stories and ideas for them and stuff like that.
If y'all don't know, he's the one that told Sting about the Crow shit. Because Sting hadn't even seen the movie. Scott Hall was like, yo, did you see the movie Crow? He's like, nah. Boy, watch that movie now. Now we got the black and white Sting.
And that was...
boy, like, again, if you're a wrestling fan... The whole year of 1997 was all about Sting.
Yep, and especially for an audience like with me, I knew Surfer Sting, I knew California Boy Sting, All American Sting.
And we loved him, bro.
And we loved him.
It's hard not to love Sting, like that real crazy, lively color Sting. But once he went to that dark Sting, it made so much fucking sense.
It showed something. It made things engaging. It also made it gave the NWO, because DDP was the hero of WCW, and they had other enemies.
They were trying to make him that, but he wasn't the face.
He was just the hero. Because he battled them all the time. But,
and he was the first one to really reject them.
But you cared about like Sting, because Sting was the soul. You
knew Sting was that nigga when it comes to fucking WCW.
He was a WCW.
You knew like Sting was the heartbeat. Man.
And so to see him get changed so drastically and have it actually work,
it made so much, because NWO stole the soul of WCW. So of course you stole the soul of Sting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you saw him in the Raptors with the fucking the vulture, him with the white face. And even Sting said it. He had to learn how to go from being mad exciting and
smiling and all
so
that.
just to be like mad
stone faced.
He said, "Yo, I had to tell the story just with my eyes." And that's why he started with the long hair and his eyes will tell you the story.
Stance and all that.
It was beautiful.
And he was way more violent.
With the bat, son, with the bat. That man said nothing for a whole year, and he was probably the best wrestler in the world at that point.
Yeah, more popular. I still remember that Nitro where he came out as the fake Sting, and they were like, fake Sting, whatever.
Yes,
and then he took off the mask, and it was
all
him.
Day.
That's so good. There's a reason why people bring up that GIF so much now.
Yeah, when they had all the fake Stings running through the crowd.
So good.
That shit was gangster, man. Shout out to 97.
So to take it back to the women, Athena was spitting fire. They clearly have an issue there. And they want to divify everything again, and they're going to end up losing their elite talent as a result.
It's already affecting their elite talent. Charlotte is hated
all day
in the locker room.
Becky is kind of now thrust into this main eventer role that I think she's good for, but is not.
She won't ever get the platform to really do what she needs to do.
It's not the same now.
And that's why her whole gimmick is that of her husband.
And Conor McGregor. That's basically who she's being. And
she can't pull that shit off because that's not her.
It doesn't work. And I hate it so much. I feel bad.
And funny enough, Becky is better as a face, bro. Her heel shit is cool, but she's better as a face.
As when she was a tweener, the man is the best version of her.
But that was her being more face than you know what
definitely.
I'm saying?
But it worked for her. It was just attitude.
Yeah.
She finally had the attitude that would bring her over because she was already loved.
Yeah.
Same reason the Bayley heel turn worked. She was already beloved. So it's about the performer, just like you said. Sting doing such a drastic 180. People like that. And that's what the E doesn't understand because they think, all right, as long as they're pretty, that's enough. And
no.
And again, I appreciate that, I do, but that's not why I'm there to see some wrestling. That's why I'm there.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Good storytelling, but mostly wrestling.
I need a good match, or at least a good match that has a story to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or just a story, a rivalry. Something that engages me. For example, Lash Legends and Nikita Lyons are great. Did it make me watch NXT 2.0? No. But I cared about them, and they were entertaining, and just the phenomenon that girl Nikita Lyons is now because of just one match shows you something. The verve is there. You just gotta really promote it, and I think they think it's because she's sexy. It's no, because you told the story between two women who happen to be sexy.
And they don't understand that because
they're used to Sable, they're used to Marlena, they're used to Jacqueline, they're used to that era where things were hot.
No, they're stuck in a certain look.
Yeah.
Which sucks because it's you have very attractive women that are high level fucking wrestlers.
Who are of all kinds, who are high level wrestlers who have a fan base.
Yeah.
It's not even you have to worry about building the audience.
It's already there.
They have to get them over. It's they're already over. Kaylee Ray or Alba Fire, God, terrible name, was already over. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the ball on Rhea, totally. Certain other people. We were talking about her earlier, Lena Vega.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People
who
have real followings. Liv Morgan, another one who has gotten way better at what she does in the ring and on the mic. She has a character now, Sonya Deville, another one.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know, there's certain things they do well, and then they just piss on it. You know, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And I know it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's easy. I could barely put on my own show consistently. Like, much less looking at this high production, you know, endeavor.
All right, but when you have that much talent, it shouldn't be that hard.
I agree, and that much money. More importantly, you have the best production in the game. You have, you know, you talk about how you're number one all the time, and then don't really show it, except for certain instances, like Reigns and people like that. But I guess talk to them about what happened last night with the former tag team champions. It would seem.
Man, I don't really know too much about that, but at the same time, it seems that it's always some sort of I don't want to call it a bad marriage, but it's always some sort of like dysfunctional relationship when you talk about the E and their I mean, if we talk in legal terms, they're sole proprietors, but the E will always refer to them. Let me not say always. The E will refer to them as employees, even though they are their own businesses and their own entities. But you know what, folks, if you want us to get into the whole legal shit of you know, the brand of each wrestler, so on and so forth, we will. And truth be told, that is a very interesting topic. I still have yet to cop out on some of Stone Cold's his beer, the good I believe that's the Broken Skull IPA. As a matter of fact, you know what I mean, I'm throwing the cookout for Memorial Day, so we may have some of that. But either way, if as a matter of fact, I won't get too much into it. If you really want to learn a good amount about it, tune into Dark Side of the Ring, the episode in regards to the steroids trial, and you definitely find a little bit more allure in regards to what we're talking about. But for years, there's been a lot of you know, inside things in regards to steroids, sexual abuse, both heterosexual and homosexual. I was about to RIP somebody, but I won't right now. As a matter of fact, now RIP to the original Intercontinental Champion. But either way, we're pretty much dealing with the same shit we've always been dealing with when it comes to wrestling or wrestling. As a matter of fact, I believe the true OG is trying to come back to the ring. I don't know if you heard about that, but the original master of styling and profiling, he seems to want to step back into the ring, and really shit is truthfully really getting sad now, because now it's like, alright, bro.
I mean, he had been hinting at that, especially after the health scare. He's like, oh, I don't know how many matches I gotta meet, this and that. He got involved, I don't know if you true marks in the crowd remember a couple months ago where he was at Triple Mania, I don't know how to say it, Triple Mania.
No, I remember that, yeah.
And he was in there involved with Andrade and shit like that. He took bumps. He did a figure 4.
But look, all that made sense because
also Andrade gonna take care of obviously his daddy-in-law practically.
That's what I'm about to say. Well, they haven't gotten married yet, and from what I hear, that relationship doesn't seem to be doing too well. So.
I mean, how could it? You're working in rival companies, you're traveling all the time. when you really have time for each other. Like,
Well, listen, you know what I'm saying? For all you joints out there bragging about
also,
fucking,
Charlotte about to like make this movie or whatever show she's filming right now.
is it a porno?
not as far as I know. No.
Well, alright. Just to pause all that. All you lames that were talking shit about her topless nude flick back in the day, y'all are all fuckboys, because
She looked fine.
I don't know what y'all were talking about, son.
I feel like that
She
gave.
was looking,
I feel like it gave her a complex, honestly. Like
and that was
because
her when she was ripped up, son.
shortly after is when she got the first implants and just
No,
kept
they
getting
all
them.
wanted
Like,
to say that she has Ric Flair's body, and I still have yet to see
I
it.
don't agree with that. Again, it comes out more in the face sometimes than anything else. But
And again, that's just testosterone, but
and genetics. She's his fucking daughter.
she's a sexy woman. So she is.
She is. And one of the best in the world. As much criticism as I have for her, she is a top 10, if not top 5. You know,
Talented.
like she's talented.
She just got pushed to the wall too easily. But
And you know, her ego is big. You know, look at who her father is. Like, it makes sense. Look at the game she was raised in, the time she was raised in. It makes sense.
And look,
not that I want to justify her politicking and her fuckery, but like,
not even like
how are you surprised? Really, like.
if we really being honest, bro, she is one of the women that brought women's wrestling back to prominence, son.
Absolutely.
She is, like we always talk about, she is that part of that Four Horsemen wave.
Absolutely.
And that shows you the lack of creative writing talent that the E has, that they have yet to really do anything.
I mean,
involving
they've
me.
had a couple times where they
No,
finally
they've had matches interchangeably, but they have yet to involve.
and stories where she is telling the story of her own character, which even though they criticize her for being a robot and all that, I would rather her be that than whatever it is.
And then
Like,
again,
you know,
that's
whatever
another
bullshit, like-
situation where they don't let her really be herself. Because again, I've seen her in interviews outside of wrestling. Her interview, again, you know, because they have the contract with Fox. Just her interview on the Colin Coward show, son. That is the illest swag I've ever seen, son, from anybody. And coming from, because you see how cool, how laid back, how like down to earth Charlotte is, but they won't let her be that because they want her to be her father. They won't let Charlotte be like that cool, laid back. That's why she comes off as a robot, because she's not her father. She's like this real, like I said, tall, cool, laid back girl that we kind of all grew up with. She's like that ball playing chick you went to high school with, that, you know what I'm saying, like you was cool with. Some dudes may be into her, some not, but you know what I mean, she's just like that cool chick you know, son. They won't let her be that, son. Whether it being a face or heel.
So yeah, just to bring it back to the things that Athena said and things like that, you see the direction that they want, and they're clearly not going to stop anytime soon.
And that's why you have individuals walking out on Raw.
Yep. And so to go to the story, I don't want to say allegedly because I guess it's confirmed at this point. By the E themselves, they released a statement midway through Raw about how they walked out. Which blew the internet up even further. A lot of people were like, well, would they have done this if they were white men, this and that? And a lot of people were like, well, they did it to Stone Cold. They did it to this person. They did it to that person.
Yeah, they did. They did.
know, and they did. They did do it to Stone Cold. One of the
During-
biggest stars in the company. Yeah,
And to be fair and honest, they did that during much more terminal times.
Yeah, for sure. That said,
Or times of turmoil, excuse me.
all that said, I'm forgetting his name right now, but apparently you had an insider who was close to them who was able to post details about it. The situation basically is
That might have been Sasha's husband, but
maybe, but apparently they were not happy with their booking, especially as the tag team champions, which, as Sasha has made it clear for a long time, they want those belts to mean something. Or else why have them, or why have people hold them?
now again, to help the casual listeners that we have that don't watch wrestling, This is the second time that this woman has held the quote-unquote female tag team titles. Now, if you go to just about any other promotion, whether it be independent or major around the world, any other tag team, female tag team championships would mean it would mean way more than what it meant in the fucking, I don't even know what to call it now, the E, the F, the fuckery. We'll just call it the fuckery.
Yeah.
Or the walkery. We'll call it the walkery with a W. But this is the second time this woman has held that championship, even though it's meaningless. This is a woman that should be heralded as a top 3 female wrestler of all time. Even better than Charlotte, than the one we was talking about. Her and Charlotte should be battling for like that number 3, number 2 spot.
That supremacy, yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, I don't even know who the fuck is number 1 right now.
I think it's in flux. There's just so many.
Truthfully, honestly, it should be them 2 fighting for number 1. It should be. It should be Sasha.
Also, there's some Stardom joints that are wilding out here right now. So I don't know.
Fair enough. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about
overall body of work
up until this point.
Yeah, I get it.
Because a lot of them Stardom joints I don't know about, and
ditto.
A lot of them won't be out here.
And I only know a little, so I'm not gonna sit here and proclaim I'm an expert. I just only see the snatches I see.
True indeed.
But,
true. And I have my criticism about a lot of Japanese wrestlers too, but shit, you know what? That could be another episode sometime down the line.
Later. Better researched, but Naomi and Sasha Banks walked out of Raw. They apparently put the tag titles on John Laurinaitis' desk, People Power, and dipped, basically.
Because John Laurinaitis is part of that old elk, and he's one of the main components or main proponents in regards to bringing back that Divas era.
Absolutely.
Which makes him an ultimate fuckboy.
So they left. And
should.
I guess they're not tag team title champions anymore. We'll see what's going to happen with that.
And they're free agents.
Sasha is not. They could fire her, I guess, but they probably will not. That would be a tremendous risk on their part.
They may have no choice.
We'll see. But she has gotten in trouble with them before. If they haven't fired her by now, I don't think they will. They understand, just like she understands, how valuable a talent she is. And Naomi too. Like, I don't think they're gonna do anything to upset the apple cart. Really, they might punish them, but
Naomi, even though she's not Samoan herself, she has that Samoan connection.
She's in the bloodline. So, and even beyond all that, they again recognize that these 2 women, they need them in the division. And to further elaborate on why the 2 women were allegedly upset is because they were in the 6-pack challenge that they were booked to be in on yesterday night or Monday night.
And if we really have to talk about that, you know what it is. They probably were trying to break them up within that 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead of me here. So in that 6-pack challenge, what was supposed to happen is one was supposed to pin the other. And
that's the type of dumb shit they do.
And they didn't like that. And I guess they were going to drop the titles because of the usual can they get along like storyline or whatever.
Well, no, because a 6-pack challenge is that there's no teams in that. That's just
it was for a title shot.
Yeah.
But again, the supposed booking direction is that they want to split them up. So that,
which again wouldn't be a bad idea, but you have to build them up to break them up.
Exactly.
You let them run and let them rock as a tag team, then you break them up.
A tag team, by the way, that is popular. Honestly, but
popular because these are 2 women that people know have been dragged the fuck down
and that they love and they want to see. Moreover, so the idea was to split them up so that
wait, what's their tag team name? Boss Glow?
Yeah, Boston Glow, something like that.
It's Boss Glow. That shit's
Glow.
hard. See,
so,
even the name flows, man. Like when shit feels right, why mess that up?
Oh, because they can. So,
Exactly.
the point was to split them up allegedly to have them go into feuds with the champions because one, Charlotte's gone right now, and two, they don't know what to do booking wise. This Asuka versus Becky thing is not gonna have that much legs, and they already did it already. Like it's
and
not.
nobody's interested in fucking Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, unfortunately.
At all.
And they're seeing that, and they are trying to salvage it somehow.
Now,
So
the funny thing is, and you will agree with me with this one, had the rivalry been Sasha and Ronda, we would have been into that shit.
well, that's what they're trying to do now. It's just too late.
But now, yeah,
It's
exactly.
far too late.
Nobody wants to see that shit now.
It's far too late. And
Now, the reality is, if we're talking, and we can get back to what you about to say, if you really wanted like an ill rivalry for Ronda, it should have been Ronda and Shayna.
finally, you know,
Because the story is already there. The believability is already there because you can believe that Shayna will choke the fuck out of fucking Ronda, son.
yeah, and is a better wrestler than she is.
Ronda and Charlotte being in an I Quit match, nobody believed that shit, son. You knew Charlotte was gonna lose. Especially since Ronda lost at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But if it was Ronda against Shayna, you'd have been like, damn, Shayna might really win this shit, son.
Especially if they really let them fight. But they
Which
won't,
again,
like,
much like what was that Revolution with John Moxley against Bryan Daniels.
yeah,
I told you, no, it wasn't you. I told the Dancing Bear. Yo, I'd rather see this shit in Japan until they started wrestling and fighting like they were in Japan, son. Now I was like, oh shit, alright, never mind. And that was after the what was that, Chris Jericho and Kingston. No. It was Jericho and Kingston.
okay, yeah, that was a good match.
That was the first physical match. Then Moxley and this dude. I'm like, boy, yeah, come on. And we won't get too much into that, but that's always going to be my biggest gripe with AEW. They have all the ill ingredients, but they still have yet to figure out how to put the best, like a good stew together, man. Cause listen, boy, like you can have somebody fry those pork chops, but if a motherfucker doesn't know how to clean them or season them shits, then it's gonna be some regular ass bland pork chops.
Yeah.
And that's me being black and, you know, having tasted that and being raised around a lot of Hispanics, and I know some good fried pork. Shout out to the Swan.
So that's the story essentially. We'll see what the fallout is from this. The internet definitely melting down over it. That's for sure. Racist Twitter is at it heavily. Because Sasha already has this perception as being spoiled and having a target on her back and all these things. Naomi is another one because of the Give Naomi a Chance hashtag that was happening a year ago now.
Naomi is good. She has a certain plateau, but I mean, 2017 was her year.
But she's everything they want. Like, she is good in the ring. She wasn't always. She's good in the ring.
And she has a very what's a good word? She has a very a lot of people. Alright, we were talking about Ember Moon earlier. Naomi appeals to the younger masses. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she has a I don't think she was ever a heel, but as a face, she has a gimmick and a
She was in Team Bad from forever ago.
Was that Sasha shit?
Yeah, it's her, Sasha, and Tamina.
Ah, ew.
If I'm not mistaken.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
But now I remember that was during that year when like the joints you had all the girl squads.
Yeah.
Cause you had the Bellas, you had that was Charlotte, Becky, and I forgot who was the other one. And like you said, you had Team Bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Team Bad could have did something, but either way, Naomi has a very let's just call it a very sociable gimmick. You know
She's
what I'm saying?
over.
It can as a face, her gimmick, you know what I'm saying, with the glow shit, especially after it came out with the show Glow. I don't think she's in that shit. She should.
Nah, they should have been. That was a missed opportunity.
But at the same time, like her gimmick is always gonna it's always gonna transfer, regardless of like who you talking about. When she's a face, I don't see her being a heel. But at the same time, if they turn themselves into like a heel tag team, Sasha could run that then. But either way, you have two women that know what they're doing. Had you not fucked up with Ember Moon, you could have made like a whole new version of Team Bad. I wouldn't have called it that, but you could have had 3 talented women of color and of incredible appeal
and talent.
because none of them are ugly. And like, I start with the talent, but they could have done
They've done a lot. Is the point?
I haven't watched Evil yet, but I heard that shit is ill. The WWE show, the Evil shit about the hills, and your man JD said like he loved the episode with Sasha was on there, cause she is a great heel, bro. But at this point, she has no choice to be a face because the fans are always gonna be behind her.
It's true.
We'll see what happens.
Well, with this fallout, they may just take him off TV for a while. I guess that's how we can kind of wrap it up. Like, what do you think the fallout will be from this, if any, for them? Because I don't think they're gonna fire anybody. They wouldn't do that. I don't think so. Like, it would be such a stepping on a rake, like for them.
Now listen, if you're gonna walk out, then walk out. I don't need none of this. This whack lame shit.
Sure, I mean,
if you're gonna leave, then leave.
But they're also still technically under contract, so they could be sued. I don't think none of that is gonna happen, but they could be.
No, like we could just like, all right, if it comes down to that, then
like I think the worst they could do is just
you could like, honestly, if they're really trying to leave, then you just take them to court to buy yourself out.
Yeah.
But again, we will see what the real purpose of all this was, because the reality is if they want to leave, then they'll leave. Now if this is just a power play, alright, cool, so be it. But again, I'm just talking about Sasha right now, Sasha Banks, Mercedes with her sexy ass. She could have did this shit 5 years ago, but she chose not to. And I told you this earlier, it's real convenient that they choose to do this shit after Ember Moon has said everything that she has said. Because in all reality, bro, if Sasha would have left 5 years ago and said the same shit that Ember Moon said, the whole women's wrestling game would have been blown the fuck up, son.
True.
And it's bad because Ember Moon had to say all this shit. But if a bigger star, if Charlotte would have said all this shit 2 years ago, during the pandemic, shit would be totally different right now. So. But they all chose to shut the fuck up, take that check from Daddy Vince, and now here we are.
And just accept the consequences of whatever corporate bullshit they're gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. So now it's like, all right, what are we really talking about, baby? You could have left a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Even before AEW, and that's why I look at Sasha a certain way, because I'm like, yo, Sasha, baby, you could have left and you would have still been popping. It doesn't matter if AEW wasn't around. You could have left. She could have left in 2019. As AEW was popping, she wouldn't even have to go. She could have still been independent, still getting that bread, son.
That's what I thought was gonna happen when she went on her little like sabbatical. It was like, oh, maybe she's gonna gear up and just jump.
No, she didn't.
No, again, they found her price, whatever that is.
Now you want to walk out. You know what I'm saying? So, again, what are we really talking about, man?
I wish them the best of luck. Because, again, this seems like more of an undercurrent of what's going on, not just with the women's division, but that company. Like, it's
oh yeah.
Everything's fickle. We've had discussion a million times before, so I won't go too into it. But they are so concerned with their vision. They want to be like Marvel. They want to have this universe, whatever.
Yeah.
They are more concerned what Nick Khan says in terms of what is going to be successful and not what is actually successful for wrestling.
I mean, the reality is that's always going to be Vince's influence. You know what I'm saying? And Vince is always going to be scared of. Vince's mind is always stuck on the fucking steroids case, man.
And competition. I think that to him it's just like we just gotta basically limp along until the next big stunt. Cody is an example of that. We just gotta limp on to the next big thing, and that'll keep us afloat. And that's not good.
It was Cody. From what I'm hearing, it may be
MJF. Yeah,
it may be.
That, yeah.
Might be, but we'll see how that goes. But you know what? For the first time in a long time, this may be a very, very interesting summer in regards to wrestling. For the first time in a long time.
Finally, we needed one.
But the irony is, it's not about
dead in the summer.
It's not about what's going on in the ring. It's about, and again, that's what we always talk about, folks. It's not about what's in the ring. Like right at this point, we're fans of like the lore of the backstage. You know what I'm saying? What's going on outside of the ring, because the in-ring shit seems to not be the main product anymore. It seems to be like the outside lore and the bullshit.
And the stunts and, corporate propaganda and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I guess, honestly, that's a good place to end it, because now we're over 2.5.
And I've already thrown on the
finish,
the outro.
The outro. Welcome back, y'all. We were so glad to have you. I guess we're back, for now. We do have the end of the playoffs to cover, I should say.
And we seem to, our season does seem to be more during the summertime / fall.
Exactly. So
I'm noticing.
So I guess this is season 2, if you want to call it that.
Oh no, this is the beginning of the season.
Beginning of the season. So we're gonna get back into playing shape and get this juicy content out more on a more timely basis. And I mean, that's really it. Happy birthday to us again. That's all I got.
Happy birthday to us. Happy New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all that was celebrating all those ill holidays in between. Thank you. So on and so forth.
Tell them where they can find you.
Y'all already know, man. Find me on the corner of Ralph and Fulton, right in front of the Crown Fried, across the street from the Rite Aid.
And if you want to find me,
that's P still. Well, excuse me.
Oh, sorry, I stepped on the man promo.
Yeah, let me finish.
Yeah.
No. Be like that, the rhythm is off.
Yeah.
But
still rusty.
You know what I'm saying? On the gram, that is Insta. You know what I'm saying? As far as I can remember, it's, you know what I'm saying? P still _7 on the gram. If that's not right, I'll have to correct it next time. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me, I'm a little twig in, slightly high. But you can always catch me, like I said, somewhere in the style.
If you want to find me or send me messages of whatever to my DMs, I am Shining Brizard, or at Shining Brizard on Twitter. My footprint is very small in there these days, especially now that Daddy Elon is, or I guess may not buy the thing. I guess this thing is in flux, but the point is that that's where you can find me if you want to talk to me. Of course, you are always more than welcome to interact down below in the comment section, on the like button, dislike button, whatever you want to do. Click whatever you want to do. Just click something. Feel free to also click our other videos, which I will imagine show up on the end card following this. Till next time, y'all, we're going to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. They are upon us. Until then, peace. Sure.